Hello, everybody. Welcome
Honk.
to MinusOneCHarisma, the only way to start your week. We are here today with some samba music that I forgot was playing. So, hey!
Nice.
Oh, you did not forget this was playing.
Daye.
This is very intentional.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. Ever since the first ring of baubles and branches was placed atop a ruler, heavy sat the crown upon their head. I can say, firsthand, they weren't lying. I can still barely move on my own. God, I almost had Everezek wipe my ass. Heavy is the head indeed. But laws, by their very nature, need to be rigid. They need to draw a line in the sand that says, you break this line, you get broken. Black and white. One side right, one side wrong. That itself is not justice. It's not the way that the world really works. The world is painted in grays, like a beach, where every grain of sand is a different shade, from truest white to bleakest black and the trillion steps between. Justice is pulling the black from the gray, sifting and sorting, taking the world as a whole and its myriad circumstances and deciding what's right. The laws are rigid, but the law can bend when it needs to. That's why enforcement is left in the hands of men. In the commission, I had to choose every day what laws to enforce and when. Leniency is not a weakness, it's a necessity. It's how a city and a people get along. See, that's where Luthen went wrong. He didn't have the humanity to see the difference, to see an error and not an end, to see a child that made a mistake and not a blasphemer. I've seen children steal, for the fun of it, for the challenge, because they were hungry, or sometimes because someone with power over them made them. If you strike off the hand that steals, are you always sure you're stopping the one who was really stealing? It's fitting that Luthen then took the form of a child. Children by their very nature are blind to the nuance of life. They're still learning what's black, what's white. They have no conception of gray. And why I pity him, for in his way he was blind to the beauty of life. The beauty of life, in life, is that the world is made up of the little decisions that we make every day. Every time we see a stranger drop a silver, we make a choice to do what's right, to do what's wrong, or to do what's easy. You can take it and give it back to them. You can take it and keep it. Or you can simply act like you haven't seen anything at all. Those choices are the stitches that sew the tapestry of life. And through those little decisions, one by one, stitch by stitch, the story of ages is sewn. If every stitch sewn wrong was cut free, what a hideous tapestry would be made. Like it or not, Luthen has been cut free now, and by my own hand at that. Another choice, and another stitch. I only hope that the tapestry here in this little corner of the world is able to gain back its luster, and that those bodies that fell from the work of their own hands are buried by other hands that see the error in their ways, and that maybe, as they are folded into the earth, they are forgiven. For in their folly, they made both an error and an end. And scene.
Error. Error.
Very
Okay.
nice.
First off,
Beautiful.
oh, there we go.
Great job, Cullen.
Clap. Bobby, what
Let's
the
give it up-
hell
let's give it
were
up
you
for the-
doing?
For
Bobby
the real
has-
MVP of that story.
I'm so glad I had Bobby blocked. I saw him lifting it. I'm like,
Oh my
he was just in the
God.
corner of my screen.
Bobby, that's
Let's name it, dude. Good job.
a vase.
Yes.
Get my thumb set.
That's for flowers or plants.
Oh.
That
I
better
didn't
be
have
rose water.
a giant cup like Cullen does, so I had to use literally a vase.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's got to be so hard to drink out of.
What's that like? Is that like 3 liters?
We're gonna see how many
What's
spots
up
of
it?
like pink Bobby has on his shirt
Yeah.
by the end of the night.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That'd be awful.
Turns out he poisoned himself with Miracle Grow.
All right.
I know.
Where's
That's
Bobby?
the sound of the vase
So
being.
I was like, where the hell did Bobby go?
Sorry, go ahead.
The stone of the dark tower is cold on your skin. The shattered gate, a tear in space connecting this realm to the rest of Aventide, hangs before you. The air here is still, and a small. All right, you got me messed up. I can't even look at you, Bobby. I can't even look at you right now. I'm gonna cover you up. There we go. The air here is still as a small beam of sunlight fights its way through the edges of the iron door outside. It's quiet. It's still. As you all stir from your slumber. And this is where we open.
Excuse me, that was really on.
Rise and shine, Cornelia.
Thank you.
But he didn't say anything.
This is preemptive, yeah.
Tristan, you must be breathing loudly.
Yeah, are we playing?
How's everyone feeling?
What's happening?
Slightly better now, but
I can
I
walk,
don't know.
right? I think he said I can move now.
Yeah.
Cause
you
I
can- you
I
can
went and
move at
took a
half
shit or
speed.
something. Okay. Yeah, I'm off. I'm off slowly.
Walking it off.
And do things.
But how's everyone doing?
I've been better.
Oh, you sound like crap. What happened?
I don't know. That soul must have just come out of it rough.
Oh, you should. Why are you telling your dressing to shut up? You should shut up.
Okay.
Also, I think during the battle, in the cathedral, it was very, there was a lot going on. It was very loud. A lot of yelling, so probably
A
didn't
lot
help.
of dust in my lungs.
Yeah.
There's old religious books in there, very dusty. So,
I mean,
Allergies.
the beam of pure incendiary light that came out of the floor may have something to do with it.
that could,
perhaps.
maybe. Mhm,
Yeah, it was fiery. It was very toasty.
definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to judge. I don't feel great about the way things left off, but I don't know what we could have possibly done in the situation we were in. So,
Yeah.
I think we did what we could.
Didn't really leave us much choice.
Don't know what else we could do.
And we killed a religious leader. All the people were mad at us, and Pup got us through it somehow.
true.
So
I mean, realistically,
I
they
didn't
shouldn't have
even-
been very mad at us. He was the one who told half of them to kill themselves. So I'm not really sure we're the bad guys in this situation.
oh no, he had to be taken out. He was horrible.
I think that the rest of them still killed themselves even after we left. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
Well,
know.
Day, you
it's
guys
hard
are all.
it's hard to
at the-
hear in this big black tower, but outside, yeah, I'm sure they're probably still suffering.
So last night, I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. It was just a lot, and I went back out, and I saw everything, and yeah, a lot of them, they still seem like they don't know what to do. A lot of them look like they took their own lives. Just out of, I don't know why, but I did go back
Sometimes come to their
to
senses after and see what they've done, and
too much.
not happy with it.
But I did go back to the church, and Cornelia, I wasn't able to find her to. I got this for you, and I take out a little leather bracelet with a paw print on it, and I give it to her. So when I went back, I found Cyclops, and this is one of the straps from his harness, and this is his paw print. I took his paw print and I put it on the stone, which you can have also. But then I put Rezik helped me put the paw print from the stone onto the bracelet, so now you have a leather bracelet with his paw print on it. So that he can go with you wherever you go.
Oh, Pop. I'm just gonna run over and grab Pup. Give him a big hug.
Mm-hmm.
That was very nice of you.
Nuzzle. Well, yeah. I know what it's like to lose family, so...
Yeah, I haven't lost many people, but I haven't lost many pets either. But thank you, this means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Will you help me put it on?
Yeah. I'll put it on.
I'm just gonna put the stone in my pocket and hold on to Pup a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you
we're
think
gonna
we
get out of here. Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know how we get in and out. There's a portal?
Yeah.
That's the Pup Express.
Pup Express.
All right. Well, what's the time? Once the portal's open, what's like the time? Like, do we have like 5 seconds to get through? Is it just open until you close it?
It just kind of sucks us in.
Okay. So if you're about to open that, I would like to quickly like sneak outside. And if there's anyone still out there, well, we'll see if I can sneak out and if there's anyone still out there.
There should be there because I like just got back and they were still out there playing.
There's about 9 people left. Some of them, you kind of just peek your head out, and a lot of them have their hands still into the air. Some of them have fallen over, like sleeping maybe. They've been out all night. Some of them heads bowed. Some of them with very bloody clothing.
Okay.
These people look very destitute.
All right. I'm just going to walk out and be like, all right, this is your one chance. If anyone wants to die and give me the soul, this is it. Any takers, any takers, any takers.
And roll me a performance check.
Okay. I'm not really I'm just spitting truths, not really performing out here, but oh, poop.
Anybody going once? Anyone going
14.
14.
Or wait, what's 9 plus 6? 15.
You do as much. And a woman, hair frazzled, eyes all cried out, still red, dirt on her face. Her skin is kind of a pale shade. Looks up at you. Maybe hope in her eyes, maybe something more wild. It's hard to tell. She kind of stumbles to her feet. Well, are you going to give me a chase to redemption?
I don't really know what's on the other side. What I can do is take your soul. Full transparency, that's what it is.
I killed my son.
You might have a better chance with your soul with me than on the other side.
Killed my son. Can you take this away?
I mean, you'll die. I need you to know. Full transparency, you're gonna die. I'm gonna take your soul.
Please take this pain. Please take it away. And she stumbles to your feet and bows, her head just bowed to your feet. Please take it. And that's when you start to feel her body starts to look black. Her skin almost ashy, just plumes coming off, and her veins now beating through her body. And you can feel this desperation, this need, this longing for you, for anything.
I take her soul.
All right. What does it look like?
I lean down and I kiss the top of her head gently. It's like a soul out of the top of her head. I don't know.
You kiss the top of her head, and she looks up, and your eyes meet. And you take her chin ever so slightly, and you lift it up.
Yeah, like it's a little sexy.
And your skin starts to turn this fiery black orange as the visage of these big, almost bat-like wings sprout out from behind you. Your horns grow 2 or 3 times their size, more of an apparition, as you pull her life essence out of her body, and as you do, you can see her skin curdle as if she's being drained of years and years and years and years until you feel she's empty and her body falls lifeless.
Well, I'm not gonna let her fall. I'll gently place her back down.
And you try and place her back down, and it's almost as if her bones, brittle, start to break and crack in your hands, as it's more of like a puddle of leftover parts.
Sure. I'll put that down and I'll say, rest easy. Your pain is now ended. And I look at the other people that are around and I say, the rest of you will not escape your fate so easily. Repent and be better and live better lives than you have here. And I just walk back inside.
You walk, but you start to hear, save me! Save me too! I've done things! I've done things! And you start to hear people getting up off the ground and starting to walk up those steps, chasing you. 1, 2, 3. You start to hear many, many footsteps starting to walk up to you. Following you up into that.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to just shout, enough!
And
really loud.
This echoes through this chamber. Enough! 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 And they all
Did they stop?
Terrified.
Okay, I run back inside and just like shut the door.
You kind of close the door, and the door doesn't really close. It's just that hinge, but you kind of close it. And you start to hear people shouting, and they start screaming from beyond the door. Please! Please, take me with you! Take me with you!
I just run back to the group. I'm like, we gotta go!
And you can all hear from outside almost a riot of voices. 7 or 8 voices screaming, almost as if they're being skinned alive.
What's happening out there?
Yeah. I went to take a piss and now they think I can save them!
But you tell them about the portal or something? Or we're gonna bring it through, or?
Nope. Didn't tell them a thing about the portal.
Oh.
Kelwise.
Your magical key.
You look at the portal. You say this, and then you look at the portal, and you feel something stir inside your blood. Another self kind of running through you, almost excitedly, as you feel that merging, that hybrid of yourself and that little droplet being, as it stirs a sense of excitement to this portal, and you feel it almost calling out to you.
That's weird. It felt like a shiver all of a sudden, and immediately drawn to the portal.
So you want to go?
Well, me too. Let's go.
Well, yeah. I mean,
like
that's,
in a way that you
plan,
haven't
right?
felt before.
Yeah, I mean that's a new sensation. It didn't happen last time.
Dresden, are you okay to go, or do you need some more time to just rest, or you?
Yeah, I'm good. Whatever.
All right. And I'll help him out, just kind of packing stuff and getting ready to go. And
yeah.
Okay. You walk up to it, and Kelwise, you can feel what's on the other side. And Pup, you have this feeling too. You can feel it. It's as easy as opening a door for you. It's just turning a knob and opening it up. It's not hard, it's not difficult, it's just an easy connection. And Kelwise, you feel this connection as if you could just reach out, open it on up, and step on inside.
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird.
Well, what do you feel when you try to open this? Is it easy for you? Do you just...
Yeah.
How do you know that you're doing it right?
I mean, how do you know you're opening any door right?
Well, usually there's a knob. It's pretty easy to tell.
I feel like it's a very similar, like, when you open a door, do you think about the doorknob or do you just open the door? Like, are you aware of it? Because every time I open a door, I don't really think about the doorknob. I just know what to do, right?
That makes sense.
And I guess it's similar to that.
Hmm.
Why?
I think maybe I can open this door.
Really?
I don't know.
You want to try? Wait, okay, but if you open it, we all need to hold hands, so we all go together.
Everyone hold hands.
That's important.
And
You want to try this?
I don't know, actually. What if I open it to a different place?
I don't think so. Our friend who is inside of here he's kind of in charge, right? He would stop us or want to say hi?
One way, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. So I think it should be fine.
I don't know. Let's try it out.
No harm.
Everyone grab hands.
All right. Now I'm gonna take Trust's hand near the end of the line. And do I notice anything weird about Trust? Because I've been there for these moments before, twice. Before this, do I notice that they're kind of behaving the same ways before?
You take Trust's hand, if they allow it, and you notice her skin is hot. Not warm, but hot. Almost too hot to touch. On the verge where it's almost painful for you to hold. You could still, yeah. I mean, it's not like burning. It's not gonna burn your hand, but you could definitely feel it's like being outside on an asphalt on a very hot day. It's like the asphalt's just, it's hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a suspicious look, and then just grab.
I'm gonna wink
at
at
their hand. And just grab their shoulder instead of their hand. Not say anything. Just grab their shoulder.
All right. Kelwise, you all hold hands, and you walk up to this door.
Here goes nothing.
Okay, and you reach out very familiarly, and you just kind of push your way through, and the door to this other world opens for you. And you all, that very familiar light show of stars shooting past you all at once just starts exploding everywhere. And you're going quite fast in this lightscape. Uh-oh. Did my headphones just cut out? Somebody say something.
Is it like... Does it feel like we're
banana,
swimming?
Are we like flying, like Superman?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it upon ourselves to imagine we're all literally flying like Superman,
Everybody.
or perhaps
Thank you
like
so much.
swinging like Spider-Man. Maybe.
You might be able to hear me,
If
but
not,
I
I'm gonna
can't hear you.
pretend I'm gonna be
So-
present.
Talking, having a
and
great time,
be-
James.
It's all kind of a lot nicer without him being able to hear.
I know,
Really?
right? Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Why does it do this?
Ideal.
Why?
It's funny that he talks to himself about it, though.
It is.
I'm gonna do a sick burn. James, your DMing is adequate.
You
Got
are mediocre.
Got you good.
It's actually kind of mean. I take it back.
That was
I'm absolutely
pretty mean.
lukewarm.
By NGL, kind of savage.
Oh gosh.
At some point in time, he's going to get them back and realize that we're just, doing what we're doing, and he's not going to say anything for an extended period of time.
No.
I think he can hear
Unless
us now.
we all
Probably.
start just mouthing words before he gets his headphones back. So when he does get back, he still doesn't know.
wink, wink, James, if you can hear us.
This probably isn't super helpful for the for him trying to find.
Shut up, Bobby. Most Rezic thing. Come on. Live a little.
Oh God. Yes, be more like Trust. Go around.
The DM regularly tries to kill us anyway, so I think we're...
The DM loves us as much as he's gonna.
That was funny. That was the most like blatant.
Suck
like,
up.
Who wants to get me their soul? Just like walk out of a door.
That was genius.
Brilliant.
That's so awesome. It's right on the nose.
If there was any time to be completely transparent about what I was going to do and have it still work,
That was the time.
We're
That's
leaving
true.
a world we like never have been to before, and might never see ever again. So why not go for it? Yeah.
Yeah, just take a little piece of it with you.
You could have
know.
just like had them come, but on, as like disciples or something, and just slowly
Snacks.
take
Yeah,
the
as-
souls one
As
by
Trust
one.
disciples.
The cult of
Start the
God.
cult.
You call them snack?
yeah,
Yeah.
have them come with me like some road trip snacks.
Oh my god. That's brilliant.
That's so
It's not
messed
too
up.
late. Oh wait, it's too late. We stepped
It
through
is
the
too
portal.
late.
Yeah.
I haven't reached that level of messed up yet.
Yeah.
We're
Give it
getting
time.
there.
Yet.
I
Melissa.
appreciate the yet.
Yeah.
And there you go. You shoot through the lights, yay! And there's lots of stuff just going. You see stars, planets, nebulas, islands.
Do we know what those are?
It's strange. You see these massive creatures, almost made out of darkness, floating by in this weird continuum. It's almost like you're in a tube. And all of a sudden, Kelwise, you see a very familiar puffball face. Kind of in this little room as you start to pass by, and it almost keeps pace with you. And Windsor looks up and waves at you, and you feel like you're pulled in one or two directions. You can veer in. It's almost like you're steering a ship. Very similar through this.
Ooh.
Oh, let's go say hi to Windsor.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you all
Who's
feel
I don't know
like
if that's a
Windsor?
great idea or not, but why not?
Who
Windsor
is
looks
that?
like
He's the cotton ball man.
he looks like a
He's like a
giant
gatekeeper.
cotton ball.
Oh.
And he had a big old strange looking library, very similar to the Matrix, with just things going
Yeah.
shoo, shoo,
Yeah.
and disappearing.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys kind of move, and all of you guys are like going really fast in one direction. You feel a tug on your hand, and whoa, shoo, go, 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 go,
We're
go.
supposed to
All of you
bring
kind
us
of just
something.
boom, 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 boom. 6 of you guys just kind of fall into a clump. Everyone roll a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20. On my feet.
Kelwise, you land on your feet, but 6 others come flying past you, and you jump to the side as their bodies just shoo, 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 shoo.
17.
17.
15.
Cornelia,
with
same.
disadvantage.
Ooh, 15 with disadvantage.
Wasted
Dresden,
him early.
your legs hit the ground, and you're like, uh-oh, but it's a slick floor, and your boots kind of just and you slide on this floor.
23.
23. Pup, yeah, you're in your element, and you just kind of shink like an Olympic gymnast, just kind of boom, plant both feet together. What did you get, Trust?
22.
22. And Trust, you go flying right between Pup's open arms and shook up over and stick the landing. Rezic, what did you get? 6.
Well, look, yeah,
And all of you
that's-
turn to see Rezic kind of shoo, huh,
You
huh,
can do it.
huh, huh. He's almost got it. He's almost got it, and then shoo, falls right on his back, and then keeps sliding a little bit, like shoo.
Yeah, just
And then you hit kunk, kunk, and you come to 2 little pegged feet, and above you, looking down with these giant, googly-looking eyes, is Windsor.
Windsor the Wise. Hello. And
Hello,
gracefully stand up.
you're
Hi.
back. You're back. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi, Windsor.
How was it? Did you have fun?
Nope.
I
No.
don't know if fun's the right word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, what happened?
Death.
Death? You look very much
Death.
alive to me.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're alive.
Alive? Yes.
Yeah.
You, Cowboys. You've brought a friend with you. Ah. Fancy that. I have not seen you in quite some time. Hello.
What?
Do I answer for it?
Well, you are it.
Do
Right.
I answer for it? Hi. Hello. Hello times 2.
Ah. Well, a friend. A friend.
Do you know who that is inside of Kelley's?
Yes. That's Conquano.
Who? Concarne?
Quinquano.
That guano?
Quinquano.
Tuna.
Concarne.
Winquano.
Quinquano.
Yes. He is one of my brethren. As is Pup here.
Oh.
You know.
Well, that's
What is
And he
that
shakes
mean?
his head. He shakes his head and he turns his body just kind of and explodes out into like this little deathly looking being, and he goes, "We are the Seraphim." Back into the cotton ball. Oh, so they've dubbed us, right? But we're not that scary, right? Right, Pup? Not scary
How
at all.
did you?
Hell
I'm
is
very
going on?
confused.
What? Why are you
So-
confused?
Well, well, we know that you are the creation of Elazar. You're a Seraphim, Pup. I don't know who
Yeah.
created Windsor here, though. Who created you? Do you know?
No, that's a good question. I've been
Wait,
looking
I
into
thought-
that, actually.
I thought
Sure.
Elazar created Pup. Pup created Elazar?
No. Elazar created Pup, and
Yeah,
Pup
right.
is a Seraphim, they
Yes.
call him.
Well,
Apparently, like my mom. Wait. So you know my mom?
to say mother is a interesting term. Very interesting. Not the same kind of mother that you would think of. Being half human, like you are. Elazar borrowed, if you say, from the Seraphim in an attempt to merge the world. You see, the Seraphim being... Well, we came over here and we were not allowed in, right? There's a... Okay, look. Okay. Those who follow mine.
I do actually lay down though.
Okay. those who follow mine.
I give him a little bit. I give him a little pillow. Just here you go.
We don't get along as well. The Seraphim being from outside, right? We came over from Pandora's, right? As you know, and being from that side
Wait,
of the things.
There's a location called Pandora's. So we know that we've heard of the god called Pandarus before, but there's a location called Pandarus.
God, maybe more of a force, right? You call what is it? The Source Heart. I've heard this. Yes, the Source Heart. It's where all things in Aventide come from, right? All living things. They'll go into the Source Heart and come out. Now. We don't come from the Source Heart. We come from something much different, much broader out there. We just call this Falls Pandarus. Now, the Source Heart doesn't play well. Doesn't play well at all with beings from Pandarus, right? As you know now, Kelwise, little itty skin. So we are not, we're not allowed in Aventide, but to tide it over, Pup, you were created as a bridge between worlds, and Kelwise, now you too are something similar. Something very similar, but not quite.
Okay.
You're not a Pup. You're a Kelwise. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yes? Does
That
this
makes
make
sense.
sense? Now,
No.
That part, that last
these-
phrase, yes. Everything before that,
No.
It's shattering.
Not so much.
It's shattering. This shattering, right? Aventide was broken up to try and expel us from Aventide, and he did a good job. But these shatter gates, these are the realms of our power, right? So the Seraphim can use them easily. As you know, you just walk through and you walk back. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
What it felt like.
Yes. There you go. But Dresden here, well, maybe too tired to enter through. Cannot, without your aid, enter these.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because
that makes
he's-
sense.
I'm tired my whole life.
So is that because Dresden is a descendant of Elazar, which is more related to the Mayan side, Source Heart side, rather than the Pandarus side?
Well, yes,
that-
Dresden
does that
is
make any
from
sense, what I just
the
said?
Source Heart.
Yeah.
Those of the Source Heart cannot open the shattered gates. Only
Yeah.
the Seraphim can.
Separation of powers.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Yes. Rezik, have you brought me my books?
Did Pup's not mother have a name?
Not mother.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said it was a mom, and they said it wasn't a mom, so it's not really a mom. So that one.
It was more borrowed power. You see, there's a
How did he borrow it?
well,
Hmm.
there's a Seraphim named Fifi. And Fifi, well, resembles what you would call a looks like Pup does.
There's someone that
Right.
looks like me?
Yes. Maybe they're a bit smaller than you are.
We saw them, possibly then.
Oh, you did. You did. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we saw
Then I
a
don't need
being
to
that looked
explain
just
it
like
to you.
Pup, but smaller.
Yes.
in the
Oh, okay,
forest.
great. Well, then there you go. Problem solved.
Wait, that's my.
That who you smelled?
Well, so
That was my not mom?
well, you see, Fifi has got into a bit of trouble long time ago, creating special abominations. People called them. I thought they were fine, but giving mankind the ability to transform into like a dire wolf or something like that. You see, Fifi's bite is infectious. It's diseased to those from the Source Heart, giving you extra supernatural powers. As such,
Oh, so does that where like our other friends come from?
you with our friends.
Yeah, back where
Right.
we live. Like
Why is Fifi biting people?
For fun. Why not?
Well, I don't know if you've heard of them before, but there are these people called the Sun Dreamers, and
Yeah,
they're
that's what I'm
kind of like
thinking of.
Pup, but not entirely like Pup.
Yeah.
Do they turn into giant wolf creatures?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, then that's them. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
There you go.
I would never let them in
Wait.
my library.
so are they my brothers?
I guess technically you could call them that. They're more infected beings.
But we're infected from the same thing.
Yes, but you are really more part of Fifi's core being extracted and then mixed with Elazar and then pulled from the Source Heart and wrapped up and then incubated and then rebirthed a few times.
So what you're saying is that Pup wasn't bitten by Fifi. Fifi's powers were just also used to create Pup.
Yes, as a go-between, right? The separation of power works well enough for a time, but things are starting to break down. Things are not going so well.
Boy, are they.
Yes.
Now, did Elazar forcefully take this power from Fifi, or did they work together to create
No.
Pup?
Fifi is a very curious seraphim. They like
Okay.
to do strange, interesting, unique things. Fifi always on the go. You know, trying new things, experimenting all the time. So,
But this is good news though, Pup. We thought there was only one Seraphim before, but now there's apparently quite a bit more than
What?
this one.
Yeah, but I saw Fifi and I wanted to say hi. Then Dresden scared her away, and now I don't get to meet my not mom, because now we're never gonna go back there.
It's not his fault his face is scary like that. He can't help it. Gosh, take it
It's
easy.
kind of his
I
fault.
believe I was wearing a
No.
helmet.
don't be so hasty. Fifi can travel. What would you call it? Extra-dimensionally? At will?
Really?
Of course.
Okay.
Most
so
of us
how,
born outside the Soul's Heart can. It's strange that you cannot.
How do I say hi? How do I get to meet them?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen Fifi in a long time. Last time I saw them, they tried to bite me. So, I just stay far, far away.
Wait.
I don't like
So
that.
what happens if I bite you?
I start like creeping over.
And you see Windsor kind of eyes just go shoo, in his little goggly thing, and he takes 2 steps back, and this giant jail cell shoo, closes around him. Please don't bite me. I
I
don't
just
taste
run up
good.
to the bars,
You see him,
like pressing my face in between them as much as possible. Just
Pup, stop. No.
That does not sound very convincing.
Oh, poor Windsor. No, stop. Well, should we get going?
I didn't just. What were you saying something? Because I couldn't hear you, and now I can hear you. Where previously I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
Trust.
Well, this
No, see, now I can't hear you again, and now I can hear you.
is...
No, okay, wait. I can hear you.
I was just saying, oh no, Pop, stop it. No.
No,
Bad
no.
manners.
the worst. Oh my god,
So Justin and I are just both back there, just like, oh no.
so bad.
Are we the bad guys?
Yeah.
Oh, but by the way, that's actually pretty good. That sounds amazing. If you train a little bit more with teleporting between places, you can do it on your own eventually. So that's kind of cool.
How do I even train that?
I don't know.
you're only...
Back up. Back
Are
up.
they going to explode? Are they going to explode?
Stand behind Rezik.
Just let out like the nastiest toot.
And you see this big old raincoat just appear.
No, I couldn't do it.
Oh, it smells awful.
I just start
Yes.
cupping it at them.
Awful. Oh, stop it.
I'm gonna help
Stop it.
with my mage hand.
Somebody help. No, not like that. Not like that. Huh. What is wrong with you?
I kind of miss Fitz now. That's
And you
weird.
see this big candle just goes poof, poof. And he pulls out a
Wait.
little like match and just lights a candle. And like the soft smells of jasmine start flowing around.
Oh.
Just kind of
Oh.
I have a question. If you and I are both Seraphim,
yeah.
does that mean that we're brothers?
Well, you're half Seraphim.
So does that mean that we're half brothers?
Well, no, but like a kin of the same.
Cousins?
What would you call it? Race?
Are we cousins?
Ilk? Sure, we are cousins. Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Only if you stop wafting that rancid smell in my direction.
I'll stop if you give me a hug.
He like kind of looks to all of you. Is this a trick? You,
Do it.
Kelwise,
Hmm.
you wouldn't lie to me, would you?
No. I don't think it's a trick. I think
Slowly, the
Pup just
jail
wants to give
cell
you a
goes.
hug.
As soon as it gets high
They
enough,
might wanna
I'm
bite
tackled
you.
to the ground.
Okay, and he goes, oh,
Just
the
like
jail
roll
cell
and hug.
comes crashing down, but now Pup is inside this, and you grab this thing,
And
and
I
it
just-
like, it's like a giant cotton ball, for lack of a better
Brilliant.
word. It's like a big pillow.
It's hella
Like a
nuzzle.
squishmallow.
And you're just like, oh, I'm dying. I'm being killed. Sucked dry. ah, ah," and just wailing just continues on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go for it. I was gonna just kind of wander up to Rezik and kind of nudge him a little bit and say, "Should we go try to see if we could peruse his library while we're here?" And while I'm thinking about it, is there any way to copy down the tomes of 4 rules, whatever they are, things of 4? You know, like write the entire book down. You know, like a complete copy, and then sell those copies. Anyway, just thinking out loud.
I mean,
Sell those copies?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that, but we can discuss. But the library, that does sound interesting. Let's maybe just kind of weave around.
You know, while he's
situation.
engaged, right?
I'm gonna tag along.
We'll just kind of like.
And as you guys are doing that, he sees you walking away but can't get away from Pup, and he just starts screaming, "I'm being robbed! Robbed of my earthly being!"
So actually,
Very
I'll
dramatic.
try to find anything that has like Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Who's doing the robbing? I'll join.
So the 4 of you just kind of waddle off down his library, and you walk into his library, and all of a sudden, shoof, shoof, the library almost appears, like the room that everyone else was disappears, and Dresden and Pup, you see the library just shoof, disappear out of sight. It slides away, taking Rezik, Trust, Kelwise, and Cornelia with it. And you hear, "Oh, it wasn't fast enough. No!" As the 4 of you are now in this library, and above you is just this star-studded sky. And
Any
you're
chance
still on
I
that
could get
almost
like a
marble.
Shea lounge?
You,
Nothing.
you want a what?
I got a couch.
Poof, this couch just underneath you, and it's very unsettling. Now, will you help me? I am being drained of my... Oh, tricked again. Tricked
Am
4
I really
times.
draining you?
Well, you are a Fifi, no?
No. I mean, I don't know. I'm a pup.
So you're not going to eat me?
No, I just wanted a hug because we're family.
Oh, I have never hugged before. This is
Oh. Watch.
different.
So I'm doing this. You do the same thing back, and then you're gonna feel really warm on the inside.
And these 2 little peg arms, they look like little wood pegs, go out with like little white gloves on the end, and you're not sure there's even hands in the gloves. This guy's interesting to say the least, and these little pegs just kind of onto your arm, like onto your sides. Now what do we do?
You just leave him there.
Oh,
Hey, Nuzzle.
yes, very nice,
Does that not
actually.
make you feel? It is, right? Does it make you feel nice?
Yes.
Like
We try
warm?
not to feel feelings.
Like warm on the
Normally.
inside, not like temperature warm.
Well, I feel warm on the outside too.
A little
Your
bit.
body emits much more heat than mine does.
Yeah, you're like surprisingly just have no temperature.
Yes. That's how I prefer it. Most of the time. But
Can
it's
you
always
te-
nice to try new things.
How do you do that?
Do what?
Have no temperature?
And
How do you have your
I'm
temperature?
just gonna keep asking him some like nonsense
Okay,
questions
yeah.
while they're off doing their thing.
And most of it's like, he doesn't understand what you're asking. Like,
Mhm.
for instance, the temperature thing. It's like, how do you control your temperature? Yeah, I don't know. I just do.
Yeah.
That's his answer to everything. And Dresden, you're listening to this, but you're pretty good at tuning this out. And this couch, let's see how comfortable this couch is. Ooh, this
Comfort
couch
level.
is exactly how you like it.
all right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hard as a rock.
And love you.
Hard. Stop.
What's your sleep number?
Lumpy.
Exactly. The 4 of you start walking through this library. There's just books and books and books everywhere, and most of them in languages you've never heard of, never seen before.
Yeah, I have definitely I have intent to just try to find anything that has like Elazar on it, or Age of Adventure, or just anything involving Elazar
Okay.
and the things we've heard about Elazar so far.
Roll a d100.
I'm gonna look for anything with the bourgeois.
I'm gonna
Okay.
spin in circles and point a random direction and go.
Okay.
I'm
of
gonna
you-
look. Wait, I haven't said yet. I'm gonna look for anything about like soul magic or charming people.
Okay. Trust. All four of you roll a d100.
I got 27.
27. You look around and it's hard to even find a book in like near common. You don't find anything pertaining to Elazar at all. Even
Right.
symbols and such, just all kinds of weird stuff you don't recognize. And a lot of these books are very, very, very old.
Even with the sage background?
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
look around and the only
Dang.
book you find in common, you open it up and it's like weird, maybe it's a recipe for something. You're looking at the ingredients and there's a bunch of ingredients you've never heard of before. So it's
Tight.
hard to tell if it's like a potion or a stew or just a list of things somebody enjoys because it's in this weird old script. Cornelia, what'd you get?
43.
43. You look around and you find a tome with green leaf on the outside cover. And this tome is bound in something almost like bark. It's like wood, like a very thin sheet of wood with this green leaf insignia. And it catches your eye as you slide it out and you look and the book is completely empty. All these pages look worn as if it's been read 100 times and yet there's nothing inside it. There's no ink on the pages themselves.
It's Tom Riddle's diary.
Try
Don't trust it.
try to look like deeper with magic.
Okay. What magic are you trying to use?
I'm gonna try doing.
Looks at character sheet nervously.
Handing it over to Rezik. Hey, is there anything on here?
That handing it over spell.
That's fantastic. Okay. Rezik, as you're looking at this maybe stew, maybe potion, maybe laundry list, shopping list, you don't know. Cornelia comes up to you with this nice looking wood covered book.
Hey, Rezik.
Hey,
What do you think's up with this one? It's completely empty, but it's definitely been handled quite a bit, but maybe there's
Yeah,
something
most-
I can't see.
yeah, most likely some kind of spell with invisible ink or something. And let's just go ahead and pocket this for now, and I'll do further investigation on it later.
Pocket it. Whoa, Rezik. That's kind of Indian.
Oh, like he needs this book out of all of this. Look at this. It's
He's
crazy.
probably gonna tell, and it's Pup's family.
Eh,
He's gonna notice.
well, we're living dangerously these days. I think we'll be fine stealing one book.
Oh no, we've corrupted him.
Trust.
All right, well,
Roll a
I'm gonna
D100.
put it in Rezik's bag when he's not looking.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand.
Starts with
And
books.
trust,
and pretty
roll a
soon you're
D100.
stealing souls.
I rolled a 95.
A
Ooh.
95. What specifically were you looking for? Soul magic, just in general?
Yeah, like how to use it. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know how to be
Yeah.
specific about it. I just
You
know I can
find-
do
Soul
it.
magic for dummies.
A book.
Yeah, Soul
People
Magic
take their souls for
101. Yeah.
You find a book in old, almost rune-like script, and you recognize it from your youth. It's very, very familiar. You remember seeing it like a flashback of these runes across a wall, and you grab it, and it feels so familiar, as if it's infernal. Now, it's written infernal and old, and you were never properly taught to read, though your memory of this is strong. Your memory of the language is strong. You remember hearing people speak it a lot. This book kind of calls to you in a very familiar way, dating back very, very early to your youth. But other than that, there's nothing else you can kind of discern from this. The cover itself is nothing necessarily interesting, although it may not be like vellum. These pages are almost leathery, like thin leather, as if maybe human leather.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay, maybe.
I do know Infernal, but you're saying I was never taught to read it. I can
Yes.
just understand it.
Mm-hmm. You're looking at this, and it's very, very familiar looking. You remember seeing these when you were tiny, and as you're looking, roll me a d20.
It's a 3.
Trust, you have this memory of soothing silk touching the side of your cheek, being carried, moving through a stone walkway lit by torches. You look up, and the shadow of a face, a very, very feminine face, looks down at you, backlit, so you can't see, and the features indistinct, your memory fading, and then that's it. That scratches at the back of your head.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the book close to me with the intent of like, is this like a special library or just like a library with everything?
It seems to just be a normal library, with the exception that it can move around at quick paces. None of these books look arcane or anything.
Can I look for a book that on how to read Infernal, like teaching Infernal?
Roll another D100. Meanwhile, Cowwise, you roll a D100.
Yeah, I got a 41.
41. Roll a survival check.
Oh boy. Okay. 14?
14. You spin around in a whole bunch of directions, you point, and you walk over, and you come to a section, and there's a bunch of different books, different sizes, different colors, clearly made at different places and different ages. And one book in particular has a little slip standing out of it, and you pull this little extra piece of paper out, and you see what looks like a ship. Now, this ship has this big ring around it. And it's hard to tell because it's blotted out and such. But it looks like whoever drew this ship also drew clouds beneath it. but it's hard to tell. And
that's just a loose slip of paper that was in the
it
book.
was just like a sketch. There was just a sketch on it. And you kind of felt compelled and moved in that direction, even though you were spinning randomly. Your blood kind of pulled you in this direction. And at that same time, all of you comes back, and you see Windsor and a sleeping Dresden and Pup, and Windsor standing now, stomping his peg on the ground. Excuse me.
Seemed to gotten lost. Sorry about that. Let's
You got lost.
head out, huh?
You have an amazing collection, Windsor.
Well, yes.
Did you go and
great.
get this, or have people brought them to you?
A little bit of both. Normally, I trade for the books.
I got an 81 on my second D100 roll.
Oh, okay. You look to the left and look to the right, and you don't see anything like that, but the idea crosses your head that it has to be here. There has to be something similar. And you look at the stomping Windsor and kind of, I mean, as the librarian of this place, he may know where it is or how to find it.
Excuse me, Mr. Windsor, sir.
Yes.
I was wondering if you had any books that taught someone how to read Infernal. I only understand it orally. I don't know how to read it.
Teach Infernal? Why would you want to learn that? Evil
So I
stuff.
can understand this.
Mean stuff. And you hold the book, and he goes, "Ooh, where did you find that?"
Well, you see, sir, it's kind of a part of who I am, and I just want to understand how to use it properly.
Fair enough. I might have something. What
Thank
will you
you.
trade me for it?
What do I have? I don't think I have anything.
Well,
I have a book about how to sail a boat. You want that?
Sail a boat. Let me
Do you
see.
think you want some donji leaves?
Pretty
That's the donji
cool.
leaves.
The dungeons.
Resic's got a lot of books.
What are dungeons?
Do you want another hug? I'll trade you another hug.
I don't have much.
Those are always great.
Question, has my audience pin given me, did it give me plus charisma, or
Plus
did it do,
2
it's
to
just
charisma.
plus 2 charisma, okay.
Let me see this
To
dungeon
the-
lead.
to the- it was +2 to the
Oh.
score, right?
You don't know what donji leaves are?
Not the modifier.
Of course
Sky.
not.
Yeah, give me a sec. And I'll just go fishing through my herbalism kit, and I'll
Oh,
some of
I'll
the donji
sing you a
leaves
song. I'll sit down and start
Oh.
singing him a song.
You know what would make that song even
Ooh.
better? Some of these donji leaves. Here.
Donji leaves.
Yeah.
And he takes them in his little peg hands. What's so special about donji leaves?
They're very rare.
So,
And
what are they used
they
They saved my life, actually.
They did. They're really good if you have bronchial infections or
Poisoned,
or poisoned with the green lung.
or you just want to have a good time.
It seems like maybe they would be good for that as well. Perhaps when you're gonna go read a book or listen to Trust play a song.
Helps with imagination. I should know. It saved my life.
for? Oh, what, you just
I'm sure there's a book in here about it
brew
somewhere.
them in a
right?
tea?
Yeah. I mean, perhaps that's not how Cornelia had them
I'm gonna
necessarily.
pull out the
How did
little.
Cornelia have them?
I have like the tiniest little thing left. When I put mine out, I'm gonna pull out the tiny piece and show them how it looks inside the paper.
You
All
roll
rolled
it
up.
inside paper.
Yeah, and then you
And he
you know,
starts
you light
trying
it
to
and
do
you-
it, but his peg hands are just not very dexterous. You notice, despite himself being very
Oh.
skilled at some things, just it's very loose as he
me
rolls
to
this
help you?
thing. Okay. And so roll a sleight of hand. Let's see how you do.
Okay, you have very small hands.
9.
A 9. Dresden,
This is my
Rezek,
first time.
Trust, Kelwise, you've all seen better. You've seen better. You've rolled better. But, you know, this guy just doesn't seem to know. So he takes it.
Oh, that's perfect. Look at
Okay.
it.
And what do you do with it now?
Well, you light the end, and then you inhale the aromas that come off of it. Probably not the whole thing. Maybe just a little bit at a time.
Okay. And it makes you creative. What kind of magics is this?
It's nature, man.
Nature
magic.
Interesting. All right, Trust.
Yeah, if it grows in the
I
ground,
will
right?
trade you this nature magic experimentation for a book. And he reaches up and his hand just disappears into some weird space and pulls out a book. Now this book is written in an old dialect of Gnomish, and it has infernal script on the side.
Okay.
This is the closest I have.
Cornelia, would you be able to help me with this?
Oh, what, Trust? Do you need my help?
Cornelia, would you be able to help me with this?
Oh, wow, I would love to. Maybe we can sit by a fire some night and have some food, and I'll help you read it.
Thank you. But I need this book to understand this book. So
Oh. Whenever
Okay.
you're ready, Trust, I will help you.
So, what else are you going to give me for that other book?
a song. I'll make up a song just about you for you.
I mean, those are in rare supply these days. That's a pretty good offer.
And Rezek will do a light show along with it.
Oof,
We're
I'll
really
try my
good at
best,
that.
but she's a pretty good bard,
I'll
so.
dance.
And
A
I'm
whole
like,
performance.
I'm trying to like light his donji leaves right now, maybe just a little bit, and be like, hey, you know,
Okay.
you should just.
And I'll
Okay,
give you some
so you light
berry
the-
wine.
You light the dog leaf,
Rugging
you
this
pour him a
man.
cup
Inhale
of
it in,
wine,
man.
and you show him how to do it. Let's see how he does.
Can he keep leg it to his?
Ooh, instantly.
That's good. Let it
I
happen.
think that's good.
It takes a sip. Oh, this is very good. Thank you, Cornelia. Okay, Trust, Rezek, Pop, all roll performance checks.
Could we
With
do it
advantage, right? I mean,
Because
come
like
on.
right now he's probably tripping balls at this
Well,
point.
Come
well,
on.
we'll
Don't
see.
you-
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick Dresden's feet off and sit him down on the couch. Where
I rolled a 13.
13 performance.
I got a
Rezek?
17. I want to see what Trust is doing before I say what I'm doing exactly, though.
Okay, and a 5. All right, Trust, what are you doing?
What song you got loaded up for us?
Sorry, I lost audio. What happened?
Oh, Trust, explain to us what you're doing. You don't have to sing the song, considering the circumstances.
I'm gonna from all I know about him now in the Seraphim, I'm gonna make a very flattering song about him.
Okay.
About how like wise, because the library, how wise and knowledgeable and kind and fantastical he is, and just like a great uplifting like hero's ballad.
Okay, so, heroic. We'll say
Yeah,
like this.
very heroic, but
Sing
like with a
about
little bit of
how
a jig in
heroically
it, so
smart
Pup
he
can
is.
dance. Yeah, heroically
Yeah,
And
smart.
Rezek, what are you doing?
Yeah, with my 17, I'm gonna go ahead and just like all the words that Trust is saying. I'm gonna try to like have images to the words and have them glow, but be a little bit like double imagery, kind of. That way, like if he's tripping balls, it'll just be very like whoa, like he's just like taking them into like a really great trip.
I think if he's tripping, he doesn't need double.
And
Oh, it's
how
gonna
are
be better.
you dancing to this heroic jig?
Oh, well,
Shaking
you
it,
know.
but
No, like because it's heroic or whatever, I'm trying to do like the like very like
Fantastic.
Wow, wow.
And to the other ones watching,
They practiced.
it's one of those dances that you guys look at and have you ever seen someone dance and it made you feel embarrassed and you're like, why do I feel embarrassed?
Tony, every time.
There you go. You guys feel a little bit of that, but you look over and it's weird because Windsor, not his eyes, but there's like a reddish glow coming from almost somewhere deep inside his cotton body. And his eyes just kind of start to slowly go.
Cotton body, cotton mouth.
And the whites of his eyes get smaller and smaller and smaller until just big black orbs stuck to his head.
I think it's working.
It's kicking in.
How are you feeling, Windsor?
I hope we didn't kill the seraphim.
What?
It might be like this for a while. Oh. Hi.
Hi!
Hey, bud, are you hungry? You want some snacks?
Who are you?
I'm Rezik. How are you?
I'm just gonna like tuck the books into my bag so he doesn't see them.
Oh! Intruders! Oh! And you guys start to notice he's starting to freak out, but not in the way he was freaking out earlier. Like in almost like a kind of scary way, and you start to see the world around you start to
Open your music box! Open your music box!
I'm gonna go over and give him a hug.
Like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. You want to hear something?
Then I'll open the music box.
oof. You start to open the music box, and his peg hand knocks out of your hand, and he starts flailing and goes bounding down his library. Ah! Ah! The library part disappears.
Can I try to catch it before it falls on the ground? The box?
The box? Sure, roll a dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw.
Yes, please.
Jeez Louise. Okay, Dex, it's a 14.
Yeah, and you it kind of knocks. You bumble it a little bit, but you catch it. And
Thank you.
Windsor's gone.
Well, I guess we get to keep the books.
That did not go as planned.
Or did
He'll
it?
be fine.
I that's kind of what I was expecting. I mean, maybe a little less exaggerated, but you know, kind of what I was expecting.
We'll just lay him on the couch. He'll wake up in the morning.
I mean, he
Should we
left.
go find him?
So.
Oh, he's gone?
He literally.
No,
ran away.
no, he'll be fine. I think the Seraphim they can't really die, right? So he'll be okay. Let's head over to Daye's place and figure this actual mission out now, right? Got a lot to do.
Yeah, that's gonna be a quick trip back there, and then hopefully he doesn't attack us immediately. I mean, he might hail us as heroes.
He probably will. I mean, Dresden, when you had the memory, when we like caught the memories, you had a bridge between you and Luthen. Did you feel a bridge between you, Luthen, and Daye's, or just you and Luthen?
That's a very good question. I think back.
It was just you and Luthen.
It was just me and Luthen.
Yeah, I have a feeling that what we opened up with his memories obviously drove Luthen crazy, because he became we questioned his faith, and Daye's is faithless completely. So I think those memories are already in him possibly, and it's not going to affect him in any way. But we'll see. I don't know. My theories are always wrong, so I don't know.
The library comes back.
Oh.
He turns. Oh! And the library disappears.
Can I try to tackle him before that?
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
I fell asleep for like 2 minutes. What the hell did you guys
What's
do?
17 plus 6? 23?
Yeah.
They gave him
23.
drugs.
What?
Well, let's see what he
He
gets.
didn't do anything actually.
I mean, he has.
Windsor did something.
Stop giving people
It's
drugs.
not enough. Not enough. And
Please, not enough?
Pup, well, he got a natural 20.
Oh.
Shoo, the library disappears just as you're about to pass the precipice. Then shoo, the library just disappears.
Oof.
Ow.
Okay, Pop.
Just like on the ground. Ouch.
Oh.
I'm just gonna stay right here until in case he comes back.
Let's just.
Windsor.
Well, I think going back to Rezik's point that, right, Daye didn't like Luthen. So, but he probably knows a lot about him. So he could probably tell us all about the memory thing. He probably knows about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's true. He probably
And I'm
does.
sure he wouldn't mind telling us he didn't like him.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. From what we learned from those dreams, I don't know how that affected Luthen's faith in any way. I don't know what all that meant. So we'll have to
I feel
sit
like
down
he
and discuss
erased
this.
the memories of his mother. And that was maybe the last thing keeping him
Keeping him sane.
good, sane.
Because we know Elazar went insane as well. So I don't know.
I'm beginning to see
I don't
how
know.
easy it can be.
Wait, so the memories that we
Oh, yeah.
saw of Luthen are actually Alizar's memories, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I just made that connection. But if I just turned into their mom when we came back, what if we go back and then I'm the mom and then I'm like, hey, I came back. You're grounded.
Oh,
I think we'll all
that'll be
get
the end of it.
This is all me on the ground still.
No,
Maybe
yeah, we
those
probably
Donji
shouldn't do
leaves. Yeah, we should maybe get air out the room, perhaps a little
Yeah.
bit more. Yeah, it might be affecting all of us. Should we go or
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
wanna-
down.
pilfer the
I feel
library some
bad.
more on our way out?
Down to
I
climb.
feel very, very lucky to have the books I have.
Well, yeah,
Good haul. Good haul.
yeah. I think we're good for
Considering-
now.
I mean, we can't. Yeah, the library keeps appearing and reappearing, or disappearing and reappearing. So perhaps we aren't going to be able to find any more books anyway.
The world is
Um,
crazy these days.
Is he okay? Are you guys sure it's okay to leave him like this?
Oh, it'll
No.
wear off.
Yeah.
Fine.
He seemed most upset by us, so to make him feel better, we need to leave. Then he won't feel like his place is being intruded upon.
If he already knew who I was, I'm surprised that he didn't recognize me. Anyways,
Yeah.
that was weird. I thought that was weird.
No, I mean a lot of this is weird. You're completely accurate. That I mean, he should have known who you are if he knows all the stories about you. But I don't know. I'm not going to try to make sense of these things anymore.
He's probably very old and has probably forgotten a lot of things
Oh yeah, that too.
and then remembers them later.
Potential.
Yep. Okay.
Which way, guys?
Did he drop the Donji leaf joint when he went screaming out of the room?
I mean, can he
No.
hold things? He has like pegs.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He took it with him.
Yes.
Weren't you holding it?
No, it was in his peg arm.
It's caught in his screaming mouth, just like.
I know he's just progressively like just inhaling more as he goes.
It's in his tooth.
It's getting worse.
Oh, God.
And the weird thing was, you guys didn't even see a mouth. He just kind of stuck it somewhere in the fuzz. And then took it out again.
Didn't know he didn't have a
God.
mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get going.
Strange
Gotta
the
trust it's
assumption
there.
to make.
All right, everyone, hold hands. Let's do this again.
I hold on to one person, but I also hold on to the couch.
You think that's gonna work?
Okay.
Might end up on top of one of us when we get where we're going to.
Oh God.
Who's
Don't worry
going in
about
front? Who's
Let's lock
leading?
it up
Who's
and
leading the charge?
Preston.
Who's leading the charge?
I think Hellwise, right?
I'll
one of
take
you
it
two.
again. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take it
Hellwise,
again.
you
Don't
kind of
hit
open
me.
up.
If you hit me with a couch, if you hit me with that thing,
Dresden, roll me a athletics check, but with disadvantage since you've 4 levels of exhaustion.
All of my checks are with disadvantage, friend. You don't have to remind me. That's why I want the couch. Athletics with disadvantage. 14.
14. You guys all shoot, 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 shoot. And then you hear a shoo after you.
Oh.
As Dresden, who's second to last?
Where
I'm
is
second to
Dresden
last.
in this? Where is
Okay,
he in the back?
Cornelia, you
Last
feel
one.
a weird yank on your arm as Dresden feels a yank on his arm as this couch goes flying through, and as all of you start down this tube again, Calwise steering all of you, just flying through this weird nexus of astral energy, trailing behind you dauntingly, moving at the same speed. This 3-seater lounger couch. Huge
I think we need an
pillows.
emote of this couch.
oh man, it's gonna be great on the boat. This is
And
gonna be great.
Calwise,
you imagine?
you pop
How
out,
are we getting it back to the?
Only we had a mule and a cart.
and
We've got a dog.
everybody, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
We have
Dresden
a moving
with
disc.
disadvantage.
Eva can carry it.
Dirty 20.
19.
Dirty
15.
20. 15. The
I've
3
done
of you,
Dex.
knowing this is
God,
coming,
why? Oh, that was
hit the ground and jump out of the way immediately.
Just dodge.
Did you say
Dex save, I rolled an 8.
save?
Dex saving throw.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that it's with disadvantage because they're both 4s.
Oh! What'd you get, Cornelia?
30-20 for me.
Dirty
I rolled
20.
an 8, I believe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Cornelia. Shoo! You come out. Oh, your arm hurts, and then boof! Dresden falls right on top of you, and then
Oh,
you
no.
both are just smashed under this giant couch.
Dresden, get off of me.
I don't think I'm on you.
Oh,
I can't feel it much though.
Cornelia, you take 2 points of damage. Dresden, you fall on top, and then you try and shield Cornelia as you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as this couch just
Dude,
boom smashes
Oh my god.
into you.
this
Just
roll's
under-
damage is
From under the
bananas.
couch, you just hear
12 from Jesus.
talk about your all-time backfires.
And you guys kind of blink for a second and orient yourselves, and you look up. And these faces are looking at you. Most of them bony with flesh gone.
That's how I remember.
Dark with this purplish light beaming from massive crystals above you. In this town, Blutheim, you're back. That old gate. You can even see the gatekeeper just pressed into that large steel iron black gate in the front. Those big beings made of thousands of pieces of flesh sewn together in these big almost canine shapes just stand at attention looking around, and that huge castle up the stairway. And you kind of get a few glances, and then they just go back to doing whatever it is that they're doing.
Oi, anybody got a cot? We need a cot.
How's the couch look? As I crawl out from underneath.
Let's see.
We should
Magic
put wheels
couch.
on it.
Should be indestructible.
Oh no.
The reason it did so much damage is because one of those legs went straight into your spine as it landed, and then you broke off the hardwood leg of this couch. Now you still have the leg, and if you had a really strong adhesive, you could put that leg back on, and this couch would be right as rain.
I'm gonna take a minute cast mending.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Okay.
mending. Oh wow.
I'm
Another.
gonna, I'm gonna hawk up that little core cancer that's in my lungs and
Oh.
spread it on the thing.
and you feel the fibers not
Gonna stick
weaving
his way.
back together, but unbreaking as they start to thousands of little cracks, and then the peg goes back as it was before it stabbed you
Cornelia.
in the back.
What the
Cornelia?
what'd you do?
If I spit on your hand, will you do that to my spine?
Yes. Wait, you're spitting in my hand?
Yeah. Never mind. How are we getting
All
like
right.
that.
I'm gonna put
Like that couch a lot, huh?
And then I just start spitting on Dresden's back.
No, you just don't hit the couch.
Oh, we all spitting on Dresden?
No.
Guys,
Isn't that what you wanted?
I also join in.
it might be what I
Guys.
deserve, but it's not what I wanted.
Yeah, and Dresden holding his back after just being pelted by a giant 500-pound like hardwood couch, just gets pelted with spit.
Perfect.
That's
Is
good.
it working?
Guys, I was like a cop. I'm used to this. Don't you worry.
Yeah, while they're all spitting on him, I hate to ask him, but I have to.
It's like Riot Patrol, you remember?
Yeah, yes.
Oh
Nice.
no.
Great.
Those days were great.
No,
No, they weren't. But I have to ask, do we see the people from Caravella Town still in those stockades, or are they gone?
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Mm.
Oh,
See them,
no.
and they look rough, like really rough, gaunt, to the point where almost unrecognizable, just emaciated.
Is it from starvation, or
Okay.
is it unnaturally? Is it moving quickly?
It looks
that?
like starvation, but also you see their wrists and necks, these big red just cysts and sores on their arms and neck and Dresden, Rezik, roll me investigation checks, both of you.
If I want it to fail, ask Dresden.
15.
I lost my dice. Investigation?
Yeah.
My big old Batman brain says 14 with
14.
disadvantage.
Yeah, both of you guys, you've seen this many times. You've seen people die in these stockades, but these sores on their wrists, their neck, aged almost. That's not something that happens in a day. Uncomfortable, yes, but they look, just from their wounds and their bodies, it looks like weeks, maybe
Does it
even
look
longer.
Like the stockade itself is like cursed or something?
Hard to tell from where you're at. It doesn't seem so, but it seems like people have been here for a very long time. And you kind of look, and their bodies are just hunched over, and you could see their backs moving up and down, breathing still alive, technically.
So we.
How long were we in the thing? Yeah.
Wait, who are these people? Are these the people the warriors that came?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The 5 that had followed you in.
Hard to say how long we were gone because it was one day and one night, but that day lasted
So
a really
for
long
us, it
time.
was
We can
2 days.
we can ask Daye how long it's been since we left.
We can ask him how many days have gone by.
But
I shouldn't joke. These people are like in a really bad shape. Never mind.
Punjar.
yeah, well, I mean, the
yeah,
process has begun, so that's great. All right, let's go talk to Daye.
You guys walk up, and as you walk by those stockades that are right up near the entrance of his castle, you remember that dark-skinned female with a long sword, and she had that beautiful armor. Also, Cornelia, you would remember, she was the one that had that flower. She had said her name was Thanara Ventley. Kind of one eyelid closed, looks up at you. And almost glazed over face, just kind of head back down. And you walk in and you see there's that big castle. Huge doors, like an almond-shaped door with this metal hinges, and you push.
Is there anyone on the street?
Yeah, there are those ghoulish-looking people moving around.
Look, is there like a least ghoulish-looking person near?
There's somebody who looks like they still have most of the flesh, even though the flesh has died and decayed maybe a week ago.
Do these people have like language? Do they have
yeah. They've
I don't remember.
spoken before. Yes, they do.
Okay.
They just
Talk to the gatekeeper.
seem very uninterested for the most part.
Yeah, I just want to look at the like the kindest looking one, maybe the most.
Okay.
The most.
You find somebody who's maybe their skin has been torn away into almost what looks like a smile.
Yeah, I flip him a silver. Hey, can you keep an eye on that couch? I parked it outside.
Takes a look at the silver. Well, watch the couch.
Yeah, make sure no one takes it.
Okay.
Cool.
And he flips you a silver.
But I gave this. I don't know how.
Do
you know
keep an eye on the couch?
All right, there you. He pulls his eye out and puts it on the couch. I'm going to be very upset.
And you notice he's got one eye closed and one eye open, so he may only have one eye.
Okay. I leave.
You leave. And you notice him just staring at the couch.
Much less secure. I felt better about the couch before.
And now he just seems like he's staring at it. He's not touching it. He's not putting his face on it or anything.
Is it because I look like fucking what's his nuts?
No, Dresden. These they're all kind of just drones. They do very simple tasks. That's all they can do.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a really simple task.
Yeah, but then
at the same time, though, like probably no one was gonna steal it because
no one's gonna steal it. Don't worry.
They'd have to think. Yeah.
Well, at least it didn't cost you anything. So
yeah, good point.
There's that.
Anyway, the door's open.
All right,
let's go on it.
Let's go.
And you walk inside. The throne, that throne that had been thrumming with energy, no longer there on that raised dais.
Not good.
It moved out.
Gone. But standing, not facing you, in that long cape with the blood red interior, you see Daye, like standing, reading a book, and he turns when he notices you entering and looks up. Closes the book. Ah. Friends, you've returned. It's been quite some time.
How long have we been gone?
Well, by my estimation, a month, maybe more, maybe 2.
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Well, where are my manners? Would you care for...
Like to sit down? Yes. I sit down.
All right.
Got any more of that food that you had last time?
Yes. And he starts to wave these symbols in the air as if he starts to paint with magical energies. He paints. And he says something under his breath and just pushes this symbol, and it wafts onto the floor, and this huge feast appears. And he starts to wave his hand like this as some unseen force picks it up and moves it to the dining room behind him that you had dined in before. I believe we have much to talk about. Yeah?
Bangarang.
Please join me. And he heads in.
Yeah. Follow.
Yeah, I just say, why not? And I just plop down in a seat and I grab the nearest chicken leg and start eating.
Wow.
We've detect
broken
poison on that.
Rezik.
Oh,
We have broken Rezik.
And again, you see that there's a nice selection of vintage wines, covered in a layer of dust, as everything in here is dusty, with the exception of this new meal that he's just prepared. Even this room you're in now, a little dusty. Seems like it was cleaned up in maybe anticipation for your arrival, and now is
you're muted.
Let it.
James is muted.
And now is let it run by the wayside. It's not too dusty, but there's a good month and a half worth of dust that is now collected in these chairs. He sits again, pulls a bottle out of a cupboard nearby, pours this thick, what looks almost like a Cabernet into this huge wine glass, sets it down, starts to drink. Please, sit down.
I'm going to check for traps at my chair first.
Okay, roll an investigation.
I rolled 14.
A 14. So you take a look at this chair. Nice, very sturdy craftsmanship on this tall-backed chair that is just way too massive for you. Clearly meant for someone medium-sized. And it doesn't look trapped, although you do see an insignia on the chair that's been worn away. Something that was maybe stitched or something in like a light golden thread, something very regal. Impossible to make out what it is now, but you do notice the stitchwork is nice. And again, those very nice bowls, plates, cups, cutlery, everything, the finest quality, though maybe covered in a little dust. As you all sit around the table. Dresden, you look a little worse for wear.
Yeah. Thanks for noticing. It's how I know you care.
Well.
How does
And Cordelia starts to take some of the silverware, literal silverware. And stick it. What was that, Kate?
how does he look?
He looks the same. Very pale skin, that big scar across his face still. But fine. Roll me an insight check.
15.
15. There's almost a glint in his eye. You notice something's off. He's a little giddy comparatively, and it's very slight.
Yeah.
But he's a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely didn't see that in your acting. So like, this guy makes me look animated.
Yeah, and it is very subtle, but.
Do we notice that? Is that a thing, like, or is it like only a really discerning eye would see?
It's only a very discerning. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Dresden, you would clock it, being somebody who's reading people. You get the sense, Pup, very very strongly, whether for better or for worse, that he knows about Luthen.
Yeah.
He knows.
Well, I mean, I told everybody
And
about like the vision and the whole deal, right? Getting sucked into the.
Yeah.
Okay.
You told everyone about that, yeah.
Would we have thought that Diaz would have also known? Was that like, I don't remember what sort of conclusion we as a group in the moment came to.
The conclusion was like there's no way to tell. There's just no way to know. And
Well,
now that
maybe
you're
now
sitting,
we do.
now that you're sitting around a table, it's pretty clear to
Okay.
you as he's doing this whole ceremony, and you know where it's going, but he's somebody who's not above going through the motions of ceremony, you know. And as he swirls this around, he takes a sip, and Pup, give me a perception check. As you see him swirling this cup,
19.
a 19, and you didn't smell it before because of all the smells on the table, but you're pretty sure Daye is drinking a cup full of blood.
Tracks.
And that's where we're going to go on break.
Lovely.
So.
Oh
so
my
extra
gosh.
this day.
Typical.
So extra.
All right, Rezik, give us a quick
hate it.
give us a quick recap of what we've seen so far and what we can expect to go into in the next couple hours. Ready, set, go.
Okay, so far in this episode of Aventide, I'm not going to go through everything that's ever happened, but in this episode of Aventide, we just came from a world called Gotheim, where a man named Luthen was a priest that ran it. We killed Luthen, and his people were pretty upset about that. Ran the hell out of there. Then we ended up going to the kind of neutral space between worlds where Windsor the Wise was. We talked to him for a while, got some books from him and some information, then left there and went to a place called Blutheim where Daye rules. And Luthen and Daye are both basically two sides of Elazar's personality, faithful and unfaithful. So anyway, now we're in Daye's world now. Went upstairs to his little castle, and we're about to have dinner with Daye, but he's looking kind of weird.
And he's drinking some blood.
So there you go.
And he's drinking some blood.
He conveniently moved his furniture out of his house. I don't know why.
And you guys had to remember that the throne itself was made of that same swirling light that the crystals you had put together. It had that exact same essence to it. And now, no longer in plain sight.
Yes, I do remember that now.
The aspect.
And just a reminder, guys, this is the one who said, Daye said, I want you to collect all the pieces, or collect some of the pieces, the good ones, put them back together to make Elazar again. And I am totally fine with you taking me back to Elazar's body. I'm totally cool with that. So now he's being a little shady. So this is kind of weird.
All right.
Well, and he kind of swirls. You see that wine swirling in his cup.
Am I the only one who's noticed it?
Thick wine.
Yeah, you're the only one who's really smelled it. Trust maybe saw it when it was pouring out and thought,
I was like, I feel like.
Yeah, but the rest of you guys, especially Rezik, who's just now chowing down, not a care in the world. Kind of a frumptious look to his demeanor at this point.
Frumptious?
Yeah.
Frumpy and scrumptious?
Yeah. It's from the Jabberwocky poem.
Yeah, it is.
I love that word.
Oh, frumptious day, Kalu Kalay, he chortled in his joy.
Nice.
I have the whole thing memorized. Don't.
I have no idea
what's
what you guys are even
happening?
talking about.
The guys with the
Jabberwocky.
masks who dance, right?
Oh, it's
It's,
Frabjous Day.
I've seen them.
Oh, is it
They don't
Frabjous?
have like a
them.
poem, song, ding. Anyway,
Okay, frumpy looking Rezik. He just swirls the wine and he looks. So, what happened?
Do you not know?
Well, I know something happened.
What do you
I
think
see
happened?
it. Well,
How do you see it?
I could see it in this one. And he points to Dresden, looking slightly above your head, Dresden. You
Anything?
brought him back. Well, sealed him away. But you haven't taken his power.
Yes.
Well, you've sealed him away, but Dresden, you could take all of his power and glory for yourself. If you wanted.
question: are we supposed to be reassembling Elazar inside of Dresden? Is that the?
Well,
Please don't.
That's up to Dresden himself. Again, like I said, he's the judge. You put in what you want to Elazar and take what you want from Elazar.
I figured we were gonna get like an Elazar golem, though. You know, you can start stuffing things in that.
Yeah, like some kind of like just husk, just a husk we can just shove all the pieces into, and it'll come alive.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. I was just wondering if you were.
There's option. That's a decision. You can
tempted.
choose to be like husk or this guy. That's all right. Cool.
Well,
Sweet.
I wanted you to take the parts that were worth saving, put them into Elazar, and get rid of the rest. I don't care what you do with the rest. You aren't thinking of putting Luthen back, are you?
Who knows? Crazy world out there, right?
Well, that's up to you, I suppose.
That's what you've told me. Why do you have such big goblets?
Yeah, this one's really tall.
Oh,
I
take
tend
that
to
one.
drink a lot. He raises his big gauntlet.
Did you buy them in a thrift store? They're all different sizes. It's very awkward.
Oh man.
I have a question. So, at what point does Dresden take you?
Oh, there we go. Right to it.
Well, I would hope. Not until it was absolutely necessary. I can provide aid and help, as I am now.
But you're happy to go?
Well, if that's what he chooses.
Insight check. Insight check.
Yeah, I mean, I have some pretty passive. I have passive insight, pretty high.
Extreme disadvantage.
Spider senses are tingling.
Yeah, roll an insight, both of you.
Yeah, roll in. Insight. Good.
14.
+0. Oh, the first one's a 19, but the other one's a 9.
Hard to read this guy. This guy's got a stone face on him, and he tends not to put a whole lot of emotion into anything, whether it's positive, negative, excited. That's why you guys kind of clocked how giddy he was about maybe discovering Luthen was sealed away, but you don't really get a read on him, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to prove to be a helpful asset to us, what is our next mission? Who's the next on the list?
Well, Rose, one sec. Well, before we get, because that's right. Good call. You ever seen a weird smiley dude? Kind of looks like a Cheshire cat. It's kind of sort of made out of crown bits that just screams, take it, take it, take it all the time.
Glory.
I'm sorry.
Glory. The crown itself. A sentient being. Dubbed
Oh.
Glory.
Great. That's the crown talking?
Well, it's the balance, yes. Elazar fought this urge for glory and power most of his life while wearing that crown. Now, whether that proved to be too much, well, I can't really say, but the crown itself needs it, seeks it.
Okay.
And in the middle there, you mentioned the balance.
Well, trying to balance your urges for power and glory versus the greater good, it's not easy. It takes an incredible amount of fortitude.
Okay. And what do you mean that I can take his powers if I so chose?
Well, you have the essence of Luthen, right?
I guess.
And snaps, and both of you are now
Oh, not this again.
in your head. That locked up, and now by this time, ugh, it's just getting to be again, giant blade,
Yeah.
whetstone going around. You and Daye stand there and look, and now inside that circle, that grinning face looking at you, wearing the crown, but that big gem of Luthen in the front.
Oh. Is that what you were talking about?
Yes.
You could have just
Call him out
explained
here. Awaken him.
Don't think I really want to.
No, he can't hurt you from here. We just want to chat.
See, I don't really have any reason to believe you.
Well, I can't go in there. I'll be cut to smithereens. I wouldn't bring him outside.
Does this make any sense to me, DM? You know what I mean? Like, does
you
it sound like
look at
he's
the
trying
crown.
to- like, what am I
crown.
feeling?
You feel, yeah, like outside of this lawless no man's land, but inside this highly coveted, protected space that you have nourished and watched over your whole life, your morals. Again, you see the pictures, the images, emotional images of Cornelia, Kelwise, Trust, Rezik, Pup, Fitz, even Tyka's running around inside there, and you're protecting all of them the best way you know how, which is to keep a tight ship. And
Sure. I guess what I'm asking is, if that's my intent, why the fuck would I let a madman out inside of it?
well,
Is it
you see
something
this
I have
crown.
complete control over? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's my feel?
And you're feeling, is, and even this crown doesn't seem like it can defy you, really, without your permission. It always asks, it's always reaching and asking. It seems like, for now, anything within this domain is under your thumb.
Okay.
Inside. And,
Come on
you
up.
kind of almost command, using your will, this crown, and you release this spiritual being, and you see the young boy Luthen land, blink a few times, and that crystal goes dark on the crown as Luthen exits, blinks a few times. Hello. El.
Hey.
It's been a while. Are we to go on an adventure?
What's the last thing you remember, kid?
The last thing I remember. Well, there was a terrible cataclysm. And we were torn asunder. And I was telling you to trust your friends. Trust in humanity and mankind. And leave their fate up to them. And now I'm here.
I turned up old, scarred, and ugly. And
You see he's got this look on his face, seething. And it seems like Luthen isn't paying him any mind. And Daye just has this dark, seething look on his face, as if he could. Now, you know he can't go in there after him, but if he could, he would just tear him to shreds.
okay.
And that's the kind of just deathly feeling you get from this man.
So I
standing
brought
next
you
to
here to doom scroll? Talk to me, goof.
I just wanted confirmation, I suppose.
Well, there you've got it. You still haven't really answered my question.
What are you
though.
doing with him? With this?
Apparently, I'm keeping him in a small circle surrounded by an ever-sharpened whetstone. well,
Well.
a blade with an ever-moving whetstone that I've been dragging around my entire fucking life.
I would say this, and only once. I think it's best if you rid yourself of Luthen immediately. His
Okay,
faith
noted.
is the reason Elazar stuck to such foolish notions. For
Such
so
as?
long it drove him crazy. Faith in humanity? Faith in your friends? Faith does not get things done. Faith does not change the world. Action changes the world.
Okay.
Action saves your friends and your family.
Okay. You done?
And he kind of looks disgusted and poof. You're around the table and he has just this shadowed look on his face. And you all notice now, there's a pressure in this room. A deadly pressure. And he's just swirling. His physical demeanor hasn't changed, but his attitude definitely riled up.
Well, that you'd be happy you got to see the kid, no?
I'm glad you've taken care of him. But I do not
Still
agree
haven't
with your
answered my
course of
question.
action.
Still haven't answered my question, though. How do I take his power? What's that all about?
Well, it is yours to take. Simply ask for it and he will give it to you.
Noted. And that would mean that he's excluded from the thing. Help me out.
Well, naturally, if you took his power for yourself, you would not have it to give to Elazar.
What if I'm building a Elazar in my heart, like a Grinch?
That's one way to do it. Build yourself in the image of Elazar. Take his place.
So then I'd have to take it? You see what I'm saying? There's like...
Well, you
Take
can
him,
either take
but
it
I'm-
upon yourself to become who he should have been, right?
Mhm. That sounds very tiring.
Or you put Elazar together before he awakens, better and improved without the flaws you've seen. Flaws like Luthen.
Okay, yeah, his opinion. If I take the power, can I put the power back? Is it a genie in a bottle kind of thing? What's the read on that, buddy?
I would suspect that once you took it upon yourself, you would have to put your whole self back. The mixing, it is like an egg. You scramble it. You
So it's
stir
forever, a forever unclean sort of thing.
it. Yes.
Okay.
You would be intertwined indefinitely.
Great. Hear that, everybody? Uplifting stuff. Hey, did we leave? Or was I just here, like, even more slack-faced than normal?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You guys
Yeah.
only left for a second, and you didn't
Yeah,
leave.
but were we
leave.
actually
you,
gone?
you were your faces were in a basically, yeah.
He just
here's-
came back real angry. I don't
Yeah,
know what you said, but
this is me. Right, Trust? Okay. Well, Rez, I think you were asking a question, right? Where do we go next? What do we do next?
Yeah. What's who's on the list? Who's next?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know what the other aspects are. Luthen and I have been stuck here for, well, our entire lives. But we
Are they always in
disconnected.
pairs?
I would assume so.
Okay.
There were many
have a
aspects
question.
tearing at Elazar one way or the other, pulling him in many different directions. Cornelia.
Are you able to take the power from Dresden?
Me? I hardly think so. I'm not the judge.
You can just see it?
Well,
Or see the
all of
crown,
us
I guess.
should be able to see it. It calls to each of us. It's a glory. Infatuating. I mean,
All right. Well,
we can
Oh,
try,
yeah.
Dresden, if you'd like. I can put the crown on. If you hand it to me.
It's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
bad idea. Yeah. So you've never met any of the other aspects? Not even a long time ago?
Yeah, I have bits and pieces of memories of the original Elazar and his emotions, and the things that nagged and pulled him, but in the forms that they've manifested, unfortunately, I have no idea.
I have a question.
Yes.
His giddy mood earlier, after he had this whole little thing with Dresden, is that still apparent or is that gone now?
It seems to be gone. Roll me an insight check.
Fucking nailed it.
He ruined it. He ruined his mood.
18 plus 4 is 22.
You get the sense that the more you hear of this conversation, it seems like he was hoping for an outcome. He knew Luthen was gone, but couldn't really tell, and when he went to Dresden's mindscape, his mind palace, we'll call it,
Mhm.
it seems like he was maybe giddy because he was hoping Dresden would have done away with Luthen or taken him upon himself or just kept it away from Elazar. But when Dresden kind of didn't say either way whether he was going to put Luthen's faith back into Elazar, it kind of soured his mood, and now he seems pretty angry.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
well, if you don't have a list of people that you know or other prime aspects that you know, what else can you provide to help us? Because without that, I mean, I don't blame you for wanting
Yeah.
to exist for longer, but what else do we need you for?
Maybe it's not a list of people, but maybe, for instance, you have an idea of the traits of the different aspects we would be looking at. For instance, you and Luthien seem to share a like or dislike or lack of faith. Perhaps there's other aspects that you would be able to tell us about. Maybe something representing power, or I don't know,
War or something.
whether or not they like to swim.
Can we track the shards somehow?
Yeah.
Well,
Can you smell the shards or something?
it might be possible. Dresden, using, well, the shard you have, it could pull you in a direction.
Like a divining rod for shards.
And he pulls out a big map,
A shard
very
stick,
similar
if you will.
to the
Map of
map
shards.
that you guys. It matches actually pretty well to the nice map the bourgeois had given you. And he casts a small spell, and the map itself of Aventide kind of grows and becomes three-dimensional, is now covered in greens and whites and clouds swirling all over. And he kind of motions to you, Dresden. See what calls to you. Roll me an investigation check.
I'm like, oh god, more.
And you roll it with advantage since you have that cantrip.
Okay. Okay. Where is it? Why can't I find the things ever? Oh, there it is. 16.
16.
16 of them.
You reach out using Luthen. And Luthen, you see through his eyes as he looks down at this map. And you start to see beacons, almost, of what look like faint wisps of light swirling. There's one right over you guys in Blutheim of the Darthwood, and you know that has to be Daye, and that is strong. It's this very strong energy swirling around, but you get faint wisps off to the east somewhere in the Mirrorlands or Wintertide, off in that region to the east. Up north, Origentum, the land of the elves, near Morriganna, somewhere in that big area, wisps of light. Somewhere far off in the Sinatra Sea, way off in the ocean, wisps of light. And right over Capital City, just very faint wisps, and they're not concentrated. The one you're near, solid, strong. It's pinpointed. It seems maybe the closer you get, the more specific you can get, the clearer your vision is. But you see just faint wisps near Morriganna, Capital City, somewhere between the Mirrorlands and Wintertide to the east, and somewhere far off to the ocean in the east.
It looks like we're gonna need a bigger boat, Cal.
I'm not sure. I mean,
Well, wait a minute. What? So if you know the general location, though, Daye, do you have any advice on how we actually find the aspect? Like, we wandered through these creepy woods and found you, but unless you had told us about the portal, we wouldn't have found Luthen. So, is there like
Well,
a code word?
I would say look for the shattered gates. There's got to be a gate near each. There was one here.
Can you feel those, pup, or anything, or Calwise? Both of you had that.
And you had remembered,
Can
Can we
Calwise,
feel them or can we just see them?
Calwise, you had your little Quinquano had gotten really excited and started buzzing as you had gotten close. And Pup, you had felt a certain amount of energy vibrating inside you when you got close to it.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but we were
between
pretty
the
close
two-
when we felt it.
Yeah.
Yes. But that could just be, I mean, when you think about it, it could just be because you didn't know what that was. You didn't know the feeling was, you know? I mean, you had just fought in a huge battle and all that. You guys have been on the run. You've been in many different places. It could be a skill that maybe you can develop.
And we assume we were told that this portal is linear, so it'll just go to the opposite aspect.
Well, this
or-
specific portal was very linear, and there was the portal for instance, when it veered off into Windsor's place, you had clearly seen that there was a curve in the road, right? There was nowhere else to turn or escape out of when you had gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, more or less, we can feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
Oh, can't
be
be.
able to gonna have to figure it out, I guess.
Well, we've got
Can't be
general directions,
impossible.
right? You guys
Can't
can
be
at least
impossible.
get some sort of feel on it. So that gives us something. And we know where this guy is, right, bud? Look over to him.
He just kind of still, just with his cup,
Yeah.
swirling
You're
around.
not going anywhere, right? You're gonna start hiding.
I couldn't leave if I wanted to.
What's
That's
the name of
spirit.
what's the name of the girl that was leading the 5? I had turned into her. I can't remember her name.
Anara?
Nara Bentley.
Thanara Ventley.
Nara.
So is that Thanara or
Thanara.
And I just
Outside?
like look at the glass and then I look at him.
Oh,
It might be.
what?
Could be any of them. But like I said, I promised I wouldn't kill them.
just drink them?
I mean, you don't have to kill someone to get some of their blood. That's true. He's a man of his word. Look at him.
But why?
Live here as long as I do. As long as I have. Then you might develop some interesting tastes.
So, like, have you ever eaten poop before?
I haven't. But who's to
Well, then
say?
you can't say that you don't have interesting taste if you've never even tried poop before.
You've got me.
So maybe you should try doing that instead.
Eating feces.
Yeah.
I'll let you try that one. Tell me how it is.
But I'm not the one with interesting taste. I'm very boring. I only like honey. Have you ever had honey? Wait, why are you having that when you could be having honey?
Yes, I've tried honey before.
Okay, well, then what are you doing? You're being stupid.
Well, that's one person's
If you
opinion.
have anything other than honey, then that's pretty stupid to me.
Anything
Anything.
other than honey.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like your friends here at this table are being pretty stupid then.
I know!
Well,
I
this
agree.
conversation is thrilling, but I have to bring up again, unfortunately. You have provided us with some information, so I thank you for that. We have now 4 more locations with, I'm going to assume, 4 more portals leading to the opposite of whatever those prime aspects are. So that was very helpful. Thank you very much. But I have to bring up again, if that's all you have, why else do we need you? Because we're already here, so might as well just, come along with us and join in the saving of the world and all, right?
I would come with you if I could, but I can't leave the Darthwood.
Yeah. I think he means, as a ornament to the crown. Figuratively, come with us is what he's
So
talking
it
about.
is very important to you to be a part of that, right? So might as well jump in head first, right?
but I can't counsel you from in there.
Do we need more counseling? Because I think, again, we have the
Yeah, I mean,
four
it
other
didn't-
locations. So I
Didn't
don't
seem
know
like
what
you
else we
knew
need.
much else, really. Yeah, I mean, I'm at one for letting one live on their own and do their own thing, but in this situation, I think Rezik maybe has a point. I mean, you didn't really have much other information.
Yeah, and I agree. Don't get me wrong, and I totally understand the want to keep existing. I also like existing as well, but
Absolutely.
this is a very important endeavor, and you brought us all here to do it. So probably should jump right in there and help us out. Be part of the team, right?
And he kind of gives you a grin, just a little smile. Tips his cup to you and just keeps drinking.
Sounds like a no.
Yeah, I think it might. I think it might be Cal. All right. Interesting.
In due time, Rezik. I will go peacefully. But you see, this is a very important task I've given to you. And I will see it through.
Yes, I just worry that we're gonna be doing the marathon, right? And then we'll meet you at the end, and you'll be there with a smile and a wave, and we'll be all exhausted and tired. And I don't know. I feel like you might have the higher ground, and I don't love that idea. unfortunately, having just met you a little while ago. But
Hey, Rez.
I'm not the judge, so
Hey, Rez. Look at me.
Yeah.
You think I can fight right now?
not asking for a fight. I'm just asking for him to do his part, right?
Yeah.
He
Look at
couldn't
him.
even fight a couch earlier.
No.
I mean,
I fought the couch, and the couch won. That shit almost knocked me. That shit almost knocked me unconscious. By the way.
couch definitely
Dang.
won.
Look, I'm not trying to cause waves here. I'm just bringing up the idea that he
Well,
brought up
then
himself when we first met him, that he
don't
wanted to
cause
be.
waves.
Oh, right. So that's how it's going to be. All right. I think our terms here are pretty plain. So should we get on, or
Oh.
any more questions?
Yes, I found something of yours recently. And he waves his
That's-
hand, and you hear a
Okay.
door open from far down this big double door off in the other room. I found it wandering around in the Darkwood. You might want to keep this safe.
Our
There's many
mule?
dangers
Is it the
out
mule?
there. And you can see just the unnamed mule just kind of poking its head out and like
Brilliant.
gnawing on some hay.
And
We have a
you
mule?
back mule. We do. We don't have a cart that wait, did you find the cart?
And you kind of turn your head and look in, and there's a cart also. Your cart. in
I
the
know
back.
this isn't the first time technically I'm seeing this cart, but what's the cart to couch ratio? Is it gonna fit?
Yeah, it's a great
It
question.
was 5 by 5 feet, just
You know
barely
what?
over 5 feet.
If the couch is the
Three-person
only thing on the
couch. That
cart,
makes it a 15-foot couch.
it's gonna fit.
All right.
Whether it fits or not, it's gonna fit.
Brilliant.
Yes.
It's the important
Well,
things.
You're gonna want that lumpy couch on the ship.
We are. Thank you. I'm genuinely shocked and surprised. So thank you very much. I was expecting a skeleton version of the mule to go along with all the other undead out there in the woods.
It's no good.
Speaking of which,
Once it left
Do you-
the Darkwood, it would just fall over. Useless.
if it were undead,
Yeah.
well, that's good to know. But speaking of them, we passed several hundred perhaps on the way here. Any way you can call them off? Do you have any control over those guys?
Yeah.
Be
You leave them
bloody-
alone, and they will leave you alone. You have my word.
What about the giant abyss horrible
Yeah.
creatures?
Also a solid question. What about the giant abyss horrible creatures?
Well, they won't bother you either. But I wouldn't give them the chance to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Steer clear.
Probably for the best.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the whole cave-in thing with the shards raining down. Kind of precarious, a little dangerous.
Yes, I heard about that. Do be careful. It's a
Yeah.
dangerous world out there.
Careful's my middle name, sir. And I just go back to eating.
I don't believe you, Trust.
Insight check.
Shh.
Inside.
You all know I'm lying. I'm just trying to
Shall we
move it
get
on.
back out into that dangerous world? What do you say?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess before we leave, though, I do have to ask, and I know this is probably pointless. Could we have the people you captured? Because I would love that if we could. It would be really great.
I mean, they're just gonna send more. Come on.
These people are going to murder us in our sleep.
Rezik, you understand I've never let anyone leave the Darkwood alive. Yes? But if it will
That,
assuage
You're about to let us
your
leave alive.
distrust in me, I will leave their fate to you. They are yours to do what you will.
By the way, every time someone has said trust in this conversation, I'm like, oh.
You did it to yourself.
You played yourself.
Not mad about it. I'm just pointing it out.
Well, that's a very kind decision. Thank you for allowing that. We will, if everyone's fine with that, I think we will take them and take them back home where they belong. I mean, Luthen no longer is whispering in the ears of the children in Caravella Town, so I think you'll be safe for a while.
Yes. It'll get a little
Right.
bit lonely here.
Well,
You
I'm
got all
sure you
them
have
outside to keep you
friends.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many of them.
Well,
They're all so smart.
it's nice every once in a while to get new visitors. Suppose
That makes
it's
sense.
not going to happen anymore.
I don't know. I mean, you'd be surprised how much traditions carry on. It's very likely they're just going to keep sending people on in here once a year, and or however often it is.
Maybe.
Those things sort of live on.
Well, here's to hoping. And he holds the glass up and just takes a big drink.
No, I'm not toasting to that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
same.
All right. Well, I think we're off then.
All right. Well, I bid you farewell and good luck. And
Thanks.
Dresden,
Yeah.
do be careful.
Yeah. You know I
Faith
will.
is a dangerous thing. From the wrong perspective, we'll say.
Noted.
And he kind of
You
just
gonna
leans
eat any
back
of
in his
this?
chair.
Any, you gonna?
Please
No?
take as much as you'd like.
Okay, yeah. I'm just stuffing. I don't know.
Thank
Anything
again.
that looks like it's gonna stay for a couple days, I'm just stuffing.
Yeah, there's bread, there's fruit, apples, and such.
Yeah, I'll join
Um,
in. Yeah.
Oh,
why
it's
not?
all coming.
Yeah, there's I mean, there's a bunch of there's a
Grab the
big,
fruit.
large turkey type bird that's been cooked. You could probably take a bunch of that.
Smoked
If you
meats.
dry it
Yeah,
out,
Smoking
there's
these
yeah,
meat.
cured stuff. Yeah, smoked meats.
and there's little desserts as well,
and pickled
almost
stuff.
like glazed fruit tarts, maybe honey glazed. Hard to tell.
I'll grab some fruit tarts.
Okay.
Yoink!
Yeah, we'll put them on the couch and put the couch in the cart, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
So you
put
guys,
something sticky
let's
under
go.
the couch cushions.
Why would you do that?
You didn't see.
You just told me you would.
I told the DM.
No.
All right. Roll a sleight of hand.
yeah, there it is.
And Dresden, roll a perception check. With just a normal one, not with disadvantage, since
Ooh.
this is your baby.
I mean, are there napkins? Can we be wrapping the food in napkins?
Yeah, there's very fine silk napkins.
17.
Oh yeah, we're taking all the fine
What'd you
silk
get,
napkins we
Cornelia?
can find too.
I got a
Yeah.
12.
A 12. So Dresden, you look over and you see Cornelia one cushion up, hand
What
like
are you
this with a
doing?
tart.
Stop.
I
You've got pockets for a reason.
Oh,
When the top gets dirty, we're gonna have to flip those over.
That's smart,
Yeah.
Dresden.
You never had a couch before?
No.
Well, you've got a couch now. Take care of it. Jesus. Whoever that
so
is.
don't do this.
No.
Ryan.
I rubbed it in.
I hate you so much.
I mean, Rezik can just presto it, so it's not really that.
Well,
big
I'm
of a
enjoying the
deal.
look on Dresden's face too much, though. That would be,
Yeah, trust you.
I just lay down on the couch at this point.
You let him have tears.
All right.
Now,
And we'll continue. Start our
The
journey.
five in the stockades. What are you doing with them?
Oh, they're gonna have to walk out. Wait, couch only fits 3. Dresden's on the couch.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
guess they're gonna have to walk.
we should release them and then let them do their own thing because they're not necessarily our biggest responsibility right now.
Or our biggest fans.
Yeah, I think that they're kind of mean.
Yeah, it's a pretty neutral response, right? Lets them do their thing. If they want to stay here and do something irrational, they can do that, or they can go back and share stories of
I mean,
how they were
guys,
poorly
they're skin and
mistreated.
bones. We can't just let them just walk it off. They're gonna die.
Yeah,
We're heading the
look at
same
them.
direction.
You look at them, and it's
We have
pretty
all this
clear that
food.
there's no way that they're gonna be able to leave this place unassisted.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
They've
I thought that they
basically
said-
been bled out for a month and
Okay.
starved to the brink of death.
Hear me
One
out.
of you. Oh, go ahead.
There are 5 of them, but they're really skinny and emaciated. Would they take up the space of 3 people?
You could load them up on the cart on the couch. Now, they're horribly unwashed.
We're gonna need
Reza can take care of that.
a lot of press down.
I can take care of that. Yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll make sure that I tend to them a little bit, give them some food, some water.
Yeah.
I'm sure once they're healthy enough, they'll probably slap my hand away at some point, but for now, we'll just help as we can.
We'll be hospitable.
And
for the
I
meantime.
have to, I mean, I totally understand, guys. I get it. They were dicks to us. I get that. But I don't understand, Pup. Sometimes you like someone that, even when it's obvious that they might be
I didn't know that
possibly
they were
a bad guy.
emaciated. I thought that they could walk out just fine.
Well, even before that, we left them here, and you keep saying that we leave them because they're mean, when you tell me not to be like that to people all the time. So it's kind of confusing for me.
Wait, what part's confusing?
The fact that you want to just leave people to die sometimes when you're like, oh, well, they were mean to me, I'm just going to let them die. But
Because
then,
I thought
like,
that-
other people...
Isn't that what you told me to do? That I can't be friends with everyone?
No, nope. I said to save them, and you said we should leave them because they're mean to us. So we left them.
No, but then sometimes when I think that we should save people, you think we shouldn't because they're mean and bad. And so I was just doing what you do. Because I thought that that's
Alright.
what we're supposed to do.
We'll have a deeper discussion, but
Because I'm kind of confused because I used to want to do that a lot. And like even with like the booger, like I wanted to be his friend. You were like, no, you can't be his friend. He's a bad guy, obviously. Then he ended up not being a bad guy. But then, so you told me that we shouldn't be friends with him. But then now when these other people who are actually mean to us want, I'm supposed to not do I'm confused with what you want me to do.
all right. Well, we'll talk more. It's okay. All right, let's load them up. I'll take care of them, and then hopefully they'll let us save their lives.
So you guys release them from these stockades, and their wrists, the Thor's bleeding, cracked skin all over themselves. Their bodies weak, their muscles ground away to nothing. And as you load them very carefully onto this,
Ouch.
there was a slender woman with long black hair beginning with, and she had these silken travel robes, like these white robes that are now this dark gray brown color. And she kind of opens her eyes to look at you, Rezik. And you just hear this whisper. Thank you. Thank you. And she seems to pass out on the couch.
Can Coweyes and I, like, would cure wounds do anything on these people, or is it just like
It
they
could
need
definitely
time?
help with the wounds on their neck and their arms. And
Okay.
their bones too, like their backs are curved unnaturally because they've just been hunched over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you wanna spit in between us?
I'll take 3, you take 2.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
You guys go
I
down the
appreciate
line
that.
and you cast Cure Wounds, and
They
the
don't need to roll
wounds
for
around
it.
their wrists and neck seem to heal. Definitely, there's just these big scars where they used to be, this thick, calloused, scarred skin, but it looks much healthier than it did, and their back kind of readjusts itself and heals. Some of them almost like vertebrae dislocated, re-popping themselves back together. and their skin kind of takes a little bit lighter of a glow. All of them were pale, and just a little bit of life returns to them. They still look very, very thin. The damage to their bones and their muscle tissue probably just going to take time. But their superficial wounds to their skin and such seems to be much, much healthier.
Right.
That's better.
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Okay.
I'll leave like
All
a pile of food, like a wrap of food, like in the cart with them.
Yeah, I'll leave some food too. Yeah, want to.
I'll put
Okay.
a little thing of jam.
Not the poison stuff.
Not the point. Okay, every time I
I was
will
just
be
gonna
very
ask.
specific when
No.
I mean the poison one.
I'm going to ask every
I
time.
I'm
don't mean it.
specifying for Jaymes,
Fair.
so that
I'm
we're
gonna
not
ask
all of a sudden
every time.
like.
Oh my god. I will
Daye's
say
doing the
I
right
have to-
thing. Daye's doing the right thing.
I have to note here that seeing my friends do this, giving them food, healing them, giving them some jam, I've been having a rough time in seeing this. There's a small spark of hope again right now, because that is beautiful, and
Wait
I'm so
until he
appreciative.
finds out I took a soul.
confused why the spark was diminished.
Because we saw people murder themselves in the streets, and that was pretty.
He's had a rough time.
difficult.
He's had a rough
Got it.
few days.
Great.
Don't just spill on the couch though.
That's up to them entirely.
They're like
Really.
passed out.
Yeah, it's probably really hard to drink when you're that emaciated. I'll be honest. So
You're probably
I
gonna
would
pee on your couch.
I would anticipate the couch not going to be in great shape, but you know we got Rezik. He can clean it.
It's fine.
It'll be okay.
Actually, you know what?
And then I just start peeing on the couch. This way, you guys can do whatever you want.
They're
you
on the
peeing on the
couch.
There you go.
people?
I mean,
Peeing on
I'm
the
not peeing
table right
on
now.
them. like you know how
Roll
there's like the
for
side of the
it.
couch that no one actually
Jesus.
sits on, that like all the
Yeah.
cats like to scratch
Yeah.
it, think that
Yeah.
it's a
The armrest?
Yeah,
I would just
how's
like
that
to
going?
note,
love it.
Dresden hasn't asked for a lot from you guys.
Hasn't he though?
He's wearing nice shiny armor. It's fine. He's fine.
Just this way.
Heavy as the head, man.
They
Heavy
feel
as the
less
head.
bad this way.
Just wanted a couch.
The cart
Believe it or
starts
not,
to
fine.
move.
Rezik
Rezik
can
can
literally
clean
clean
it.
You
it.
hear those wheels, those wooden wheels, as the unnamed mule starts to walk out. You guys get to that gate, and that woman.
Hey! Hiya! You guys! You're leaving now? Alright, well maybe next time you come I'll give you another riddle, huh? And then maybe I'll gobble you up, huh?
And the
Not
gate
if I gobbles you up first.
closes, and that woman, you assume, that had been grafted into the gate, just her whole body just kind of part of the gate now, just this amorphous flesh bag, kind of just gives you a weird look as you walk away between those giant canines, almost 50, 60 feet tall, made of just thousands of skins sewn together. Who knows what's on the inside, as they kind of look left and right. And as you guys walk into the big, huge, open cavern that makes up all of the Darthwood, you see that humongous crystal that you had dropped from the ceiling. And this massive crater. And you see
Big
that
boy.
dark being underneath that big, huge crystal. And it's a little unnerving because it's still moving just a little bit, almost trying to escape, as you see marks in the dirt where it's just been trying to claw itself out. Not dig itself out, it's just been trying to claw itself out, as if it just doesn't know how to escape from this thing. And these huge packs of skeletons in 50s, 60s, 70s roaming around, just moving in weird directions that make no sense. And as you move past them, your cart rumbling, they don't seem to pay you any mind this time. And you weave your way around and back to that massive cave entrance, as the almost neon dark light starts to give way to this thick fog. Trust.
Oh, just before, like, when we were still by the gates, I just wanted to, like, look at Pup and Cowwise and be like, is this the shattered gate? Do you feel all tingly? Do you know that feeling? Or is it something else? He said to look for the gates, and you said you had tingly feelings by the gates.
It was the one that we went through to get to the
Oh,
other
the
place
portal.
and back. Yeah.
So we're supposed to look for portals that we can't see?
The shattered gate was that crack in time space that you had stepped
Okay,
through.
okay. I thought it was the gate. Okay.
Like a physical gate? No.
Yeah. No. All right, cool. Never mind.
But I would like to take a note of, like, do I feel kind of fuzzy as we walk away from it and how it diminishes, like with distance? Actually, it's pretty.
Yeah, you do
smart.
feel that thrumming of power and the excitement of Quinquano kind of settle down. And Pup, you too. It's like your fur kind of stands up on end. That sixth sense, almost like danger, that kind of calms a little bit. It's ever so slight in you. And you can't really feel any kind of direction. You just feel that it was once close and now farther and farther and farther away. And as you enter that thick fog, you start to feel that connection to the Shattergate completely diminish. And you move through, and it takes you a day of constant traveling slowly through this thick fog. And again, it gets so thick at some points you can see less than 10 feet in front of you. As you move and wind your way around, and just when you start to feel like the mule's slowing down and it's probably time to take a break, you hear the sounds of rushing water. And you move through and
Going the right way.
you see this small lake right in front of you.
A lake, not a river?
Sorry, no, a river. I apologize.
okay.
You see this river flowing. And as you get to the edge of the river and look back, the fog seems much lighter than it once was.
Otherwise, good time to shine.
Okay. And let's see if I can get us all through at the same time this time. No one's getting wet today. And I'll just kind of summon up my energy and
Okay, roll me a
part our
survival check.
waters. Okay.
That's what she did.
Ooh. More powerful.
I'm so much more powerful now. It's a 14. No, 15.
15. Yeah, you guys watch as Kelwise, his skin, almost this translucent blue color around his hands and his wrists. That golden conch on his tattoo starting to glow with a light parts the waters as you see this river start to flow up and around over in this small 10 by 10 foot sphere almost around him as he parts this water and sends it around, and you all start to move across this river unhindered. As it wasn't very deep, it was maybe only 8 or 9 feet deep at the deepest, but so you managed to move all the way across and up to the other shore. And as you look back, the mist is gone, disappeared. There's no trace of it. You can't see it. And you had remembered the second you had crossed that river, the mist had just appeared behind you, as if being blocked by some kind of illusion of sorts. And the ox, or the mule, pretty tired at this point. And Pup, you notice something, some tracks, and you hear something off in the distance.
My friends!
You see the same smell, that big boxen, the big huge boar head on a big massive ox-like body, a giant lion's mane and a little puffy rabbit tail on the end come back with its 2 little boxen piglets. But the piglets, quite a bit bigger than they were the last time you saw them. Maybe by your estimation, roll me an intelligence check because you live around. You live around these things. Maybe a wisdom check. Wisdom.
Wisdom, much. I like that. Much better. 17.
17. Months older than they were.
Oh, nice.
Months, maybe by your estimation, 3 or 4 months older.
Dang.
Wow.
How long have we been gone?
Hey guys, I think we were in there for like 3 or 4 months because those are my friends. And when those babies, the last time I saw them a couple days ago, they were like way smaller.
So we were in a world, and then went into another world inside that world.
And time moved.
So the time was like all messed up.
That's
Yeah.
not
Oh.
good. That means we have very
God.
little time left to find people.
Yeah, actually,
I mean, it's not totally bad. It means that Camden's older than me now, so that's kind of fun.
That is kind of fun.
Hmm.
But I mean, we still have years, possibly. So I think we're okay.
but what if we go into another one and it's
Yeah,
years that go by?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
well, it's
that would
just
be
it's good to
horrible.
know that
Or the other way.
happens.
Could be no time
So-
at all.
No stragglers. It's like,
What
what
if
if
we
back
go
and
into one
lost
and
and
it
it's
was like,
negative time?
oh my god, that would be horrible.
Very possible.
Don't give the DM.
You like turn back into a baby slowly. That would be, oh my god, that'd be
Benjamin
terrifying.
Button.
Ugh.
Who's that?
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Some guy. I saw him in the pots and pans forest once.
Oh,
It
okay.
was really weird. He told me about his whole life. He was like aging backwards. It was really weird.
Right.
He was nice though.
Yeah.
Kind of smelled like cheese.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
You
well,
guys
let's
kind
set up
of
camp.
settle down and you make a camp and you lay the 5 out. And they're still. They wake up long enough for you to assist them to drink a little water, eat a few pieces of candied fruit,
Fake.
and they just pass back out again.
So we're just kind of all just hanging out behind, like around a fire, I guess, or something, or
Yeah. And
snapping.
those 3 Boxen, the family of Boxen, the mom and the 2, stay close by. They just seem like they're hanging out. Not too close, but maybe 50, 60 feet away. They're just kind of slumped down. And they seem to like just pile on. It seems like the mom squats down and then the 2 just kind of climb onto her back and then sit down and they're just sleeping.
Oh.
Do you think they want to come with us?
Can I ask?
Do we want
I mean-
pets?
I mean, we're
Can
missing
I just?
one.
I'm just
right?
gonna go
Let's
say
few more
hi.
pets. Yeah.
Definitely say hi, though. Definitely.
I'm gonna go over. See if they
Okay.
remember me.
You walk over and one eye just pops up. Sniffs you a little bit.
I take out. What would I think I gave him honey last time.
I think so.
Or jam. I
Might
don't
have been
remember.
jam.
I think
No,
it was
I
jam.
think you're
Poison
asked
jam.
about the jam being poison or not that time as well. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm gonna take out a jar of normal jam. Normie jam.
Darmy jam.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, and it goes. And its mouth is enormous.
Yeah.
It could like probably fit you in its mouth almost if it tried.
Wonderful.
But it just kind of takes your whole arm and it and just sucks the jam from your hand. And then just over and over
do
and over
that a
again.
couple times. So I think it's funny. Okay, and can I see if I can give it a hug?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They seem to be a very cuddly breed of animal.
I give it a really big hug. All of them.
Yeah,
And
you
look,
kind of
kisses
you guys
on
all
their
see
big old noses.
Pup just kind of jumps up on top of the pile of boxing and just
Oh my
On
gosh,
top
I'm
the
joining. I'm
rest.
gonna run and jump on Pup.
okay. So you start to head over, and
Wait for me.
the mama kind of
It's
like,
okay.
looks at you.
Friend.
Roll me an animal
gonna-
handling check. Cornelia.
Come with friendly smell. Jeez. 8.
An 8. Pup, you start to get the sense that she's a little uneasy with Cornelia.
Cornelia, I would wait. I would walk.
I'm gonna skid to a stop
Okay.
and then
Yeah, and it's
tiptoe
watching you.
gently with like
And I toss Cornelia one of the jams.
Just feed him some of this.
Now, Cornelia, roll another animal handling
That's
check.
it.
With the jam. This time with advantage.
Jam vantage.
Jam advantage. Now, question: the jam you gave Cornelia.
It was the normie one. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
10.
A 10.
Saving the poison for you, James.
It eyes you very, very cautiously. You can't really get a read, Cornelia, on this thing. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to attack you, but it doesn't necessarily look like it's not going to attack you. Do you approach with this jam or not?
I'm gonna get Pup and go back and forth. Does it want it?
I don't know. Here.
And I'll get off the pile and I'll help her forward to meet the mama.
Okay, you push Cornelia forward, and very pensively, Cornelia.
Yeah.
You're like, this thing's eyeing you. You have jam on, and it kind of just...
And at this point, I'm like just fully reaching my arm out with my face like not looking.
And it goes for the jam, and there's a split second where you're like, there goes my arm. That's it. My arm is gone. That's it. I will never be able to do anything with my left arm again. And this big pig nose just right in your face as it clamps onto your arm and licks it all off, and you just big snotty
One-eyed,
line
one-armed,
just
flying
kind of
Cornelia.
just big snot just from its nose to your face just comes off of its nose, and it's just hanging there and
I really like this pup. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna just walk away.
Oh, you don't want to. Okay.
And then I'll kiss them all on their little noses one more time, and then I'm gonna wave goodbye.
Okay, yeah. They seem contented. You guys get back. You see this slime monster kind of start waddling up to you.
Do you want me to presto?
I don't know anymore.
You
Yes,
should
please.
give Dresden a big hug first.
That's a
He
good
looks
idea.
like he needs it.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna go do it.
And
I can't
Dresden,
stop you
what would
anyway,
you be
so-
doing right now? You setting up camp? What would you be doing during this?
Taking a
if
nap
this
for the
is-
4th time today.
Yeah, if this
Yeah.
is where we're camping, I'm probably taking a nap, and then 2, I'm gonna set up camp.
All right, Dresden,
Because
you're
someone
laying
took my
down.
spot on the couch.
You're laying down.
Ended to sleep this entire time on the way here.
You're sleeping, and you feel something wet latch onto your leg.
What is that?
I don't know.
You know, my slowly start pulling my sword out.
I gotta go.
Actually, better yet, I just reach my hand up straight up and then call the herniacs into it.
Oh shit! Really gotta go. I'm just gonna walk off and join the rest and clean myself up.
Yeah, so the rest of you make camp. And
Okay.
you're hanging out. And Rezik, as you're helping these 5 with water and food and such, Thanara maybe a little bit more lucid than the other 4, kind of just opens her eyes slowly and looks at you. Why did you help us?
Well, to be honest, Thanara, we should have helped you earlier, but the man in the castle there is extremely powerful. Yeah, he we couldn't really do much about anything with him. So the fact that I requested to take you with us at the end there, I did not think that was a possibility at all. And he actually said yes for some reason. Luckily, we got out of there with our lives as well. I'm just happy we were able to save yours, too.
Thank you for saving me and my companions.
Of course.
You can never repay you.
Just live well and do good. And try not to cast stones too quickly at people. It might help in the future. I had to really do a lot of convincing up there, so.
I will take that advice. And she kind of lays her head down and falls asleep.
All right.
You guys...
I'm gonna go.
Oh, no, go ahead. What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to go when we were around the fire at some point, eating or whatever we're doing. I wanted to talk. I don't know. I guess Dresden's sleeping, I suppose. But I wanted to talk to the group. We can all tell what Daye is doing, right? We can see what's happening here.
Yeah, obviously.
I, for one, have no idea what's happening.
Well, and I kind of just roll over. So I'm facing. He's trying to make himself useful, right? So that he's not obliterated. Is that what you think?
I thought it went a
Yes.
little further than that. I mean, I think he's maybe trying to influence
Oh, he's definitely doing
Elazar version 2.0, maybe perhaps
that. Oh, absolutely.
seeing himself as the intended leader or perhaps vessel for such a body. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess I just wonder. We were already there. Why didn't we confront him then when we could? Were you just worried about us not being able to manage that guy? Because I mean, Luthen was very difficult. He was extremely powerful, so I can understand that. But I was just wondering why we didn't confront him.
Kill this. Absolutely, without a doubt, he would have murdered us all.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, we didn't see where the aspect was, and that would have been the easy way to figure it out. I mean, he moved it away. Who knows? Maybe he split it up into multiple parts like Luthen did. We could have
True.
asked him directly, but he would have lied.
I mean, Pup, what? So what? I didn't totally follow what he was drinking there. What was he drinking?
Blood.
Their blood, right?
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was her. He was having her.
Right.
It's blood. Is this one of those situations where it's keep your friends close and your enemies closer?
Something
Maybe.
like that, I suppose.
Yeah.
The more we know about him, the more we talk to him, the more we know our enemy, right?
Yeah.
Potential
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing. Same concept.
And I'm not even sure he's really our enemy. He doesn't seem like a great guy, but we haven't seen the rest of the pack, as it were.
Yeah. That's true.
Well,
Maybe they're all bad apples.
I will point out this: the guy was kind of he loved to talk. Like any question we asked him, he was like, "Yeah, I'll give you an answer for this." And once I started asking him questions about, like, why don't you just come with us now? Shut down. So that's, to me, is a big sign of he wants to wait until we did all the work, and then take the credit at the end.
That he literally said that.
Not literally.
He literally said, "I want to wait as long as possible."
No, but I'm saying he wants to wait for us to do all the work, and then he's going to betray us at the very end and take all the power for himself. That's what I'm
not
saying.
sure it's really betrayal. Like, it's pretty out in the open.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he pretty much literally told us that.
He did not literally tell us that. He said that he... All right. Well, either way...
And I look at Justin. He, like, told us that, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
He told us he wants to kill us.
I mean, did you look at his face?
That's why when you were like, why don't you just come with us now? He was quiet.
Yeah, he didn't literally say, all right. Anyways, okay, well, just wanted to make sure we all understood what was happening there. Apparently, I am the only one that didn't get it to Pup, so sorry.
I also didn't say that.
Well, I don't...
Rez, do you need a hug? You look a little
No,
broken,
I'm fine.
I'm
I
not
just
gonna
don't know
do it.
where all the clashing is here. I'm just talking about the scenario we're in, and I guess I'm making it difficult for everybody here. I don't know what's going on.
I don't
No
know.
one
I
said you were
apologize.
making it difficult.
I
apologize.
I think you're on the same page as us. It's just you feel like you're catching up. I think we all know that guy's not on the level. He's a shady dude. Like, he's been fucking torturing people that wander into his woods for forever. Like,
Not a good guy.
it's not a
No.
surprise, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us think that he's being honest and true and genuine in order to
Yeah.
actually help us.
I mean,
I
even
don't
when
think you think that either.
the threat of his counterpart was gone, he still wanted to kill these 5 just because that's what he does when people wander
Yeah.
into his woods.
He wanted to drink them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think if anything, we wait a bit until he's not expecting us. One, because I can
Nice.
barely wipe my own ass right now. 2,
My knees.
your knees? What?
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
What did
I
you say?
interrupted you.
No. I don't know. Everyone here gets to talk.
I mean, he's gonna know we're coming. It's just gonna be harder in the future, but he, I don't know, what if he's just waiting to see how everything plays out, like who you accept and who you don't, and if he feels like he needs to take control over the whole situation. So,
Yeah, but here's the thing. We can try and kill him right now, but
yeah.
there is a frosty truce. He has told us shit that we didn't know before, right?
Mhm.
He's a resource until he's not.
Yeah.
That's the way I
True.
see it.
And I guess the bigger question, we kind of went in there and, we were forced to go through all of that because of Hoaxus was chasing us. But now that we're out, we kind of had to believe what we were told at the time. But should we try to go somewhere and do some research and figure out if that was even the truth? If we were being completely lied to the entire time, or what was going on there? Because I still don't know.
Is there even any way to know? I mean, with thousands potentially of years of history, isn't everything
There's gonna
partially
be
true and partially
bits
false?
of truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just gonna have to figure that out.
Lost to time.
Actually, Dresden's gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, thankfully it's not us.
Good luck.
I just turned back over.
Good night.
Well, I only asked because Go ahead, Pup.
No, go ahead. I'll ask after.
Oh, I only ask because I want to try to figure out here if we can. I don't know if it's possible because there is so much going on, but I want to try to figure out whose side we're on. Like, we have Serenity, we have Elazar, we have the Seraphim from the from Pandorus. There's so much happening. I'm not sure who or what to really.
Maybe we don't have all the
Or-
pieces of the puzzle yet, so there's no point in necessarily deciding the answer until we have a clearer picture.
True.
We're on our side.
Yeah, and that's the right answer to that. We're on our side. I think we're on the side of perpetuating the world continuing to exist.
Supposedly. That's what I'm saying, though, is that, right now, our mission is to, collect these aspects and possibly awaken Elazar before he destroys the world with the correct aspects or whatever.
Yeah.
But what if all of this is we're just going to do all this work and we're doing it for the wrong reason, but we think we're doing it for the right reason? We think we're doing the right thing, but actually it ends up all being a lie. That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, if
Well,
there's no
then
way to know, there's
Deal with
nothing
it
to
when we
worry
get
about.
there.
So just
Yeah.
keep doing this stuff and keep wrecking worlds until we just complete this thing that we think is the right thing to do. I'm just worried,
brother,
that's all.
What other option is there?
Not do it.
Hey, do you want to go back to Capital City and pretend this all didn't happen, or?
I'm not sure if we wrecked the world that we were just in either. I mean, maybe we changed it, but it's not going to get worse.
Yeah, it didn't end. At least there was that. I mean, it could have ended. I thought it was going to end. I thought the whole world was going to collapse and fall apart once we had offed Luthen, but still lives on. Still there. We could go back.
I don't know. I think it didn't end, but we left unintentionally a pretty big scar. I mean, when we were leaving, they were literally murdering themselves in the streets.
Rezik, they weren't living good and happy lives before we got there. They were being controlled by a madman, following some faith blindly that led them to kill their children when he asked them to. Like, they weren't okay to begin with.
I mean, when we first got there, I mean, yes, the person in charge, very much like, I feel like now me, who grew up in Capital City and didn't know a lot that was going on with the slave camp, they were living there and they were happy, but there was a lot going on that was bad, and we stopped that. But now, I don't know, I just feel like there's a big wound that we left behind, and I'm worried about them, but...
Were they happy, though?
Seemed happy.
No, I think a lot of that was a facade. I'm not sure they were really that happy.
My question to you then, Rezik, is then what would you have us do? Like, what are you asking us to consider doing?
I don't know. I just think that we should maybe do some of our own research and try to find more answers before we just keep going down this path. But I'm only one in this group. I can't tell us what to do. I can't decide this, but I'm just worried. That's all. I'm just very, very worried.
I think more information is always the right answer. Of course, we should seek out more information. I just don't know where we're going to find it necessarily, A, and whose viewpoints we're going to be reading, B, because it seems like everyone has a different side, a different take on this, and with a lot of history involved, there's no way of figuring out one particular right answer. I mean...
Who do we even trust?
Who do we even trust?
I mean, here's the thing. We've got
Me!
an entire...
Yeah.
We've got an entire continent that we have to traverse, probably many times, right? It's not like we're going to stop asking questions, Rez. It's not like we're going to stop trying to get to the bottom of it, right?
And if we find a really old library, we'll look for books to explain things.
Exactly. But I mean, I've seen enough shit in these last few weeks. Got me convinced something's going on. I mean, it's really weird not looking in a mirror and seeing a mirror image. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I just turn into him? No, can you explain?
I hate you. Come here. I'm still laying on the ground. Get over here.
Don't do it. Don't do it, pup.
Go over.
Don't go.
The weakest
Don't go.
punch, just like the weakest punch you've ever
Fall to the ground.
experienced.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
Oh man, it's the real Dresden.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, everybody. I really do. I'm sorry. I know I'm a worrywart, but I love all of you very much, and I want to make sure that nobody is put in harm's way if we don't have to. But I think you're right. Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll look for information along the way, and we'll try to find answers. That's all we can really do. So
That's all we can do.
I also
That's
think
all
that
we can
maybe
do.
you kind of need to shut up. Because every time that something bad happens ever, or like even right now when we all thought we were on the same page and you're on a different page, we're like, oh no, I did something bad. It's something that me. Oh, I guess something's wrong with me then. Shut up. It's not. Okay? It's okay. I'm wrong all the time. Most of the time. So shut up.
You still look like me.
No, turn back the pup.
Okay, no.
That would have been good though.
Because this happens a lot where we have a disagreement and then it's all like me, I'm doing something wrong. Well, I guess I just don't know what's going on then. That's not true. Shut up. How dare you take that much blame? That's not fair. That's being selfish. That's selfish for you to take that much blame.
Well, I agree. There are times.
It's
that
also
maybe I
really
need to-
annoying.
Well,
And
sorry.
That's coming from Pup. No offense, Pup.
I have to say, there
I
are
know.
times I feel like a bit of a punching bag in this group, though. I'm called out for being too concerned about things, and it's not because I'm trying to weigh us down or keep us from having fun or anything, but it's because I'm trying to protect us and make sure that we're
And
safe.
I
that's
get
all.
called out for being stupid all the time, and we call Dresden out all the time for
And I'm only stealing
you need
things.
to do things. We all get called out. We call out Trust all the time for sucking souls.
Yeah, and she hasn't sucked a soul in so long.
I know.
Correct.
It's crazy.
Absolutely right.
Yes, a very long time. Yes.
So,
Best behavior.
So you're not a punching bag. We all are. But that's what family does, right?
If you're asking me if family treats you like a punching bag, then yes, that's definitely what I learned from my family. That's for sure.
But in a way that's like loving though, because you're being real.
No, yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Act like we would fight a lot, like physically over stuff when one of us is being annoying.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
A lot of fighting.
So shut up.
All right.
We're family.
I'll shut up. All right. Good point. Okay. Well, I think I've talked enough for one night, so I'm gonna hit the head.
Oh, thank goodness that guy never shuts up.
you know when dogs do something bad? It's like that. I do that.
Pup
All right.
3, Rezic 2.
Ding ding.
You all settle in for the night. As the fire winds down, that couch, free
Occupied.
for anyone who wants to. Oh, I was gonna say, most of the people on the couch you had laid out on the ground, just to keep them from just laying on top of each other. The night.
I'm just sleeping under the cart.
I would
starts
like to
wind
ask, as it's winding down, see if Cornelia will start trying to teach me Gnomish. I will offer her a place on my dog as well. I feel like we could both fit.
Yes, trust.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
wondering if you'd like to snuggle with Thunderwave and perhaps start teaching me some Gnomish. I could teach you to play the ukulele. I remember a while back you was interested in it. We could swap tradesy teaching.
Oh, wow. All right, let's do it. Let's start with Gnomish.
All right. Thank
All right.
you.
And
I'm gonna
And I secretly hope it goes better than when she tried to teach the wildling count or whatever that was.
And also I try to teach Pup how to count. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Pup how to count.
Don't know what any of these are.
You take this book that's written both in Infernal and Gnomish, and it's in an old style. Think like Shakespearean. It's almost in like poem, and it's hard to decipher. So it takes you quite a bit to get through it. It's not just easy reading. Roll me an intelligence check as you start to sift through this.
Jesus. Why? That's a 4.
A 4. You start to read through this, and it's very clear, very quickly. This is going to take you quite some time to get through, even on your own. And you know Gnomish, it's just like some of these phrases really don't make any sense until you start reading through them and sifting through them. So it's going to take you a while, and you finally get to the bottom of page 1. And there's maybe 100 pages in this book, and you spend the better part of an hour, and you get down to the bottom of page 1, and you look up at the top, and you're like, oof, I don't even remember what the top said. This is gonna take some time.
Well, Trust, do you want to learn Gnomish, or do you want me to try to read this book for you? Because this is going to take a while. You may try to interpret this, or...
Oh, maybe if you read the Gnomish out loud, like translate it out loud, and I look along with you, I can hopefully learn how to read Infernal, because I know what it sounds like, but I don't know how to read it.
Hey. Okay, yeah.
And you guys are doing that, and you start to hear something off in the distance.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't read this out loud.
And it's very, very slight, but trust, you hear it first. Just the slightest ruffling of leaves, moving unnaturally, not the wind, a being.
I put a hand on Cornelia's shoulder, and I have that exact same revelation in game. Maybe we shouldn't be reading this out loud.
Oh my gosh, did we just conjure something?
I don't know.
And then trust, you hear something else move off a little bit further away, but in a different direction.
Cornelia, we're like away from everyone, right?
You're not too far from everyone.
Right, but if
Yeah,
I
I would
whisper,
suppose-
no one else will hear?
Yes, no one else in the party would hear.
Okay.
Most people are.
Cornelia,
most of the party's
okay.
asleep.
2 things. 1, do you hear that? And 2, can you keep a secret?
Do I hear it? And yes.
No,
so
Cornelia, you didn't hear any of the stuff that she's talking about.
No, I didn't hear anything, but...
Okay, well, keep your eyes out because I'm hearing something. But before we left through the portal, I sucked another soul. So just don't let anyone else know, but just you feel good knowing I've got that as a backup.
Yeah, I do feel really good, actually.
Can I like try and look towards the sound, see if I see anything with my dark vision?
Yeah, trust, you see just the wisps of hair, slick back hair, and you see that just on the other side of a bush, off maybe 30 feet away from you, pretty close, considering you barely heard anything, and you see just a little bit of moonlight off this slicked hair.
I pointed out to Cornelia, and I also ask, what were you reading? What did it say? Did it say I summon thee forth? What did it translate to? Is there a title on the book? Is there or is there nothing on the cover? Is there a title on the cover?
There's nothing really there's no title. The book just opens up, and it looks almost like there's these, it's just like a page and then a page written, one in Gnomish, one in Infernal, and there's light decoration on the books, almost as if
Is the decoration spooky?
No, not necessarily. It's just
Okay.
just decorative outline.
What was the gist of it? What was I? What did I say?
It talked about a roaming band, and this book kind of talks about cave dwelling, cave living, moving along the daily life. It's almost like a poem written by a gnome who lived in the deep mines. Something you've heard of, because the history of the gnomes, as they've passed from folklore with it, the gnomes used to live very, very deep underground, and then were chased out of the underground up into the world, and you and your family and Your families have all lived on the surface. So there's none of that left, at least as you know, but maybe buried deep within your bloodline. This could be true, and this seems kind of like a couple accounts of people living deep underground.
Wow. This is my history, my ancestors. So it just talks about blah, 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 blah. I tell him.
Okay. I'm like keeping my eye on this thing I see. I would like to shout loud enough for potentially waking people up. Who is it? Who's there?
And you hear a voice call out from the bush. Trust? Is that you?
Yeah, who's you?
And a man stands from behind the bush in this almost military-style uniform.
It's your bell.
I thought we
he's
summoned
tall.
a demon.
He's 6'2". He's got this very light-trimmed mustache, and he's got this symbol of a phoenix on his chest behind, in front of the Lady Mayan's symbol, and you recognize him as Rosma Edenbaugh. As
how dirty am I right now?
Two other. Oh, you have not washed in a while. You didn't even go through the river, but you can clean them. But at some point, you need a bath, and trust. Yeah, you've looked better. That's all I'm gonna say. And that is where we're gonna pick up.
It's dark though, right?
Yes, and that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
Hold on, I'm casting disguise self on myself to look better.
He's gonna glam up.
Yeah.
You glam yourself up.
It's like your eyelashes. I just like imagine like the
It's the Cinderella scene. It's the Cinderella scene of the wand just going.
Doesn't do much for the smell though.
I create the image of an illusionary pumpkin carriage in the background.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
I'll blame the smell on the dog. It's fine.
Brilliant. I love it.
You can blame it on me. It's
Dog,
fine.
boxing, people who were nearly dead.
I didn't get covered in oxen slime. That was Cornelia.
They're close by.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Wow, guys, 3
I
months.
liked those oxen till they.
Thank you, everyone.
Dude, we
Thank
are
you, everyone,
a long
for
time.
hanging out with us. We'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, to continue right where we left off. If you want to hang out with us on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, we'll be doing a rerun Wednesday, where we all kind of hang out and jump in and out of chat and do a rerun of this. And I think that's it. Congratulations, Hojin, on your sticker win.
Yeah.
Anything else, anyone, before we sign off? Oh, we have a podcast and YouTube if you want to catch up on our old episodes.
We love you all, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have a great
Love
week.
you. Have a great
You
week.
can never tell if Cornelia's lying or not. So
Yeah. It's my greatest feature.
Wow.
A skill.
All right. Well, with that, everyone, please take care of yourself and take care of each other, and we will see you next time on -1 Charisma. Have a good night.
adios.